Welcome to the Empty Netters podcast. Can you believe what this has become?
There was a full 48 hours where I felt like I was like literally Superman.
Jumbo loves playing Fortnite, so he gets on the sticks.
Did TR show you the sauna cycle, or was that all
No, I invented that.
Almost a year now that I haven't taken a body check. That's kind of nice.
So we are back. We are horned up, and we are going deep.
Finished tonight with some chicken fingers and a few Guinnesses, ran into you guys, and that's where this pod came to life.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast brought to you by BetMGM. I'm your host, Dan Powers. On the sticks, we got Grant back. It's like we're at the Stanley Cup again.
Oh my God, we're back.
Unbelievable. And CP right over here. He's rocking, he's rolling, he's ready to go.
As always, take me back to the Bellagio, dude.
Yeah, you need that.
Take me back.
These two degenerates.
Not with you, though.
I can't. No.
Not with you.
Bad luck, dude. I'm a mush on the craps table. I hate to admit it, but I determined it's because my number is 7.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's a bad number in craps.
Yes, and unfortunately, I would not play with you if you were sitting there betting the don't pass because of that.
Exactly.
But maybe you can get a table to yourself and play don't pass and have.
Did you see the video of that guy who just went in and played blackjack single one-on-one? He was just betting $1,000 every hand.
Dude, it's so insane that you say that because I opened up IG today for the first time, and the first video that got fed to me was this random video of a guy playing blackjack, and it said what dreams are made of, and it was liked by Dan Powers, and it's that exact video that he's talking about. So yes, I have seen it, and I watched it like an hour ago, and I was like, that is insane.
It was utterly insane. All right, we've got a really fun episode for you today. We're going to rip through a bunch of NHL news that's going on. We're going to hit you with a David Ayres interview. So much fun. We met him at the Cup in Carolina. Great time chatting with Ayres. We've got a fun Powers rankings of the greatest chips of all time. We're going to go through. We're all going to draft our favorite chips. So, Zach, you better be ready for that as well.
I am so ready.
And then you heard about it last week. We are going to be playing a game called Strange Behavior as well. And then wrap things up with the Beer League Hotline. Let's jump right on in. The NHL news going on. We haven't talked about the Ducks offer sheet being matched yet.
Yeah, correct. Because
sometimes over the weekend I forget. I'm like, oh yeah, that happened a few days ago, but we haven't talked about it on the pod.
On these very airwaves, I said that the Ducks, my final stance was that the Ducks should not match. And then whoop-de-doo, matched.
Yeah, but we also said,
it's
or at
a
least
match.
I said, they are going to match.
Yeah.
You thought that they shouldn't. We were like, they obviously will. I think that there is a world where Verbeek could not say we will match any offer sheet and then not match it.
Yeah, but
I really respect Leo and his comments of being like, dude, I want to be a Duck. This is where I want to be. And anyone else would have signed that. And I'm like, hell yeah, brother. To quote Love Island, stand on 10 toes, dude. And and
Stand on 10
defend your
toes.
decision. Because that was a big thing, right? Like people talked about it. We talked about it. We're like, damn, is that kind of a motherfucking of the Ducks to sign it? But he was like, anyone would have signed it, dude. Like what are you talking about? And I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right, man. Respect.
Yeah,
Respect.
so here, can I give you some of the quotes? I'm going to give you these quotes.
Sure.
And I'm gonna vote on what I think of them.
Yeah.
Okay? Leo Carlsson. These are all Leo Carlsson quotes. I always wanted to be a Duck. It's home, too, so just super excited to be back. That one, I give a C. I give a letter grade of a C to. You did not always want to be a Duck because you signed an offer sheet to be a Flyer. You said this. Leo Carlsson.
Yeah.
Flyer. Your signature. So disagree. You did not always want to be a Duck.
Disagree with that. I think that's a douchey thing to say.
He wanted to be a Flyer more than a Duck. For that price point, he said, done. I'll be a Flyer. Then he says, next quote, it's kind of an offer that I think everybody would sign too. It changed my family and all that too. So it's a pretty simple answer there. But I always wanted to be here too. I just really hoped they would match. This comment, I give an A+, because it's like when Dustin Johnson got asked about the live thing, and he was like, dude, we should find that clip. It's him. It's Dustin Johnson sitting at his mansion.
Yeah.
And he goes, he talks so slow. He's like, they asked me if I wanted to work less and would pay me way more. And as he's saying that, Paulina Gretzky is in a bikini, like walking behind him into the pool. And he's like, so I said yes. And I was like, I hear that, dude. So Leo Carlsson right here going, yeah, dude, it changed my family forever. So I took the money. And that I do not blame. I do think he would have made that much money anyway in his life, but I do not blame him for that. Next quote. Trying not to think about it too much, just kind of work out, do stuff, hang out, play golf, hang out with friends, stuff like that. I tried not to think about it too much. And then I'm going to add another quote later. It was the weirdest week of my life.
I love that. I love that because it's a nice little insight for all of us fans into like, this shit is crazy for them. As much as we like to go, wow, this is a crazy week. It's also crazy for him.
Yep. And he said his mom is relieved too. Everyone's been stressing. So I think that's a real thing. And then there was one more. Let me see if I can find it. This was cool. He was like, I've had pressure since the draft as well. I'm still going to be the same person. One thing I can just do is play my way. And I kind of like that attitude. I wonder, Dan, if the leaving would have, though, been easier. I know he's like, I don't care about the pressure. But I wonder if leaving would have been less awkward. Because now you're just on the Flyers. And you make a ton of money, but he's going, I don't care about that. I'm just on the Flyers now, and we good. Yeah. And Zeegs is here, and it's all fine. Versus now he comes back, and everyone's like, you got the Cutter thing, and you got the Ducks being like, why did you sign that? Why did you fuck that? It's just a whole thing.
Listen, I never thought that we would have to, on our comedy podcast, try to put up a little sign that says when we're being satirical and when we're being serious. Yeah. But apparently some sensitive people have made that the case. So I will say I'm being dead serious right now. I don't think it's awkward at all.
Yeah.
We talked about all the options. We were like, when you come back, damn, that's awkward. And I think they handled this perfectly. I think Verbeek handled it how he had to handle it. Whether you want to say him stalling cost them money is true or not, I think that is true. Yeah, I think he even kind of admitted it was true. Like, we got him for a number more than we thought. And we were like, man, is this going to be weird when Leo comes back and he's the highest paid player in the league? There was a period where we were like, that might be weird. It might be awkward for a second. But at the end of the day, all of the teammates, they're professional athletes. They understand how this goes. They all have agents. They all have conversations. They know how this goes as well. And I think right now they're going, we're happy that our star center is back. I think it's as simple as that. There will certainly be pressure, not pressure that he can't handle, of are you going to perform or are you not going to perform because now you make $18 million a year. I think he addressed that, and now all we can see is how he plays. And as we've said, he will not be the most expensive player in the league in short order, within a year, or less, frankly. I mean, this season he will be, but it eventually will change. So whatever. I also... Ducks fans are super passionate and awesome and knowledgeable, but they're also not psychopaths. I don't think they are the type of fan base who's going to skewer Leo if he doesn't have 150 points next season.
I agree with that.
I think it would be way more awkward if it were a different franchise.
The Leafs.
But it's the Ducks, so it's not that awkward.
I have a question.
Think they're all super pumped that he's back, and now it's all about what trades are you going to make to get Cutter? Someone asked us a question today. It was like, I thought when that was offered, we would see what happens with Cutter. Cutter cannot be offer sheeted, folks. Just so you know. Cutter Gauthier cannot be offer sheeted, so there's no rush on Cutter. Now they will take their time to see if they can make moves and then give Cutter a contract, which they will do. Cutter Gauthier will be a Duck, is what I think. But there is no rush on it. And also there's the element of other teams in the league now know that Verbeek has to trade players like a Frank Vetrano or like a Troy Terry or like a Chris Kreider and make room for Cutter and then ultimately Beckett the next year.
Yep.
So they are going to go, we kind of have you bent over a barrel, bro. And he's going to go, sure, maybe, but I'm not going to get fleeced. So that's why we haven't seen a trade yet. It's going to take time.
Yep. I have two questions. First question, not obviously, but very likely eventually, as you said, Leo will not be the highest paid player in the league, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. And this is my question to you. What is your level of surprise or expectation? I wouldn't be surprised at all. In fact, I expect when Matthews is up, when McDavid is up, they don't take more than Cutter or Leo. I bet they come in at less than that because they go, that would be lunacy for me to take that if I ever want to win a Stanley Cup.
Okay, I mean, listen, I'm not going to backtrack here. I said, I was like, if you have a player making $18 million, you cannot win a Stanley Cup. Yeah, I said that on these airwaves, on this very show. I said
yes, you did. I'll clip the fuck out of that.
And I said, me too. And I stand by that. I think it's really high. But this is what people need to remember, man. It's like, this is what the CBA is. This is what agents' jobs are. And there were a bunch of people who were pissed when McDavid signed his same number. There have been people who've been pissed at Crosby for the last 10 years for signing his same number because they're like, you're hurting future players. I think this number obviously was instigated by an offer sheet, but I bet the number was set because of Krill's number. So I think it is not out of the realm of possibility that a McDavid or a Matthews or a Bedard or a Macklin will take less. I don't think it's crazy, especially if they're actively going, I want to build something where I am. But I do not think that that's a guarantee at all, because you already have the mathematicians out here going, when Crosby signed his superstar contract for the first time at 8.7, it was blank percentage of the cap.
Yeah.
Leo's 18 is barely higher than that.
Yeah.
So there are already people going, this isn't that high, and it can work. I don't know if it can work. I think it is a dangerous game, friendo, to start slinging around $18 to $20 million deals. But I do think I am here to say that certainly within 12 months, we will see a contract at 18 or higher.
Okay, cool. Because I am here to say that we will not.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be interesting to see how the league or how NHL fans and Ducks fans react when, in my opinion, when Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, and Macklin Celebrini all come in at like 15 to 16 to 17. I wonder if Ducks fans will go like this. Jesus Christ.
I think that this is listen, dude, if that happens, it will be electric.
Oh, agree. And it's, in my opinion, it's happening.
Yeah, and we'll see.
Yeah.
I just think
they just know better, dude. They're vets. Like, they know if they go, give me 19 because the Flyers blew their load.
So then you're
Leo.
calling Leo Carlsson an idiot then?
No, because of his A+ quote, in my opinion, when he went like this. The Flyers are morons, and put on paper, I could have $18 million a year. I talked to my family, and they said, this would take care of us forever. You could break your leg tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I said I had to take care of my family. Anyone would do this. It was a Powerball ticket. I signed it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's what he said, and I love that. Like, legitimately, I love Leo and that quote.
Even though he could have done exactly what you said last episode, where he could have gone to Verbeek and gone, hey, dude, this is going to take care of my family forever. Can you give me 15? Like, it's $15 million less. You know what I mean?
I still wish he had done that.
So that's what I'm saying is, like, I actually don't think it's as black and white as you going, they are pros. They know that this fucks a team. Because I'm like, I think Leo's a pro too. And Leo, I hear you. I said what I said, and I stand by it. I think it's too high, but I think this is the game, dude. Like, I felt this way with fucking Matthews' contract, and then Leon Draisaitl signed for more, and we have Bowen Byram signing 12.5 in Chicago. I think guys and their agents are going to go, oh well, if my family can be taken care of forever too, that sounds great.
Yeah,
and also, man, it was shocking to me to learn that when we were talking about Leo and Cutter, and we were saying on this show, sign them both for $10 million a year. And what it's sounding like is the starting number for them and even for Beek was 15.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, that's not random. Like, I bet Macklin 119 point Celebrini is probably not going, I was going to sign for 10. I bet he's like, give me fucking 16 mil, pal.
Yeah.
So now, if you are a good agent, you have to go, Macklin, we're asking for 18.5. And again, let's see what they do.
Yep.
But I'm just saying I don't think there's any fucking planet where unanimously the entire league goes, every player in the league goes, let's make Leo Carlsson look like an asshole, and we're all going to sign less. Because that is what you would have to do.
Agree, and you just said a great thing. It's not, what I said is wrong. It's not they're pros, they know better. And this is the benefit of where they are in their career. They already have, my family is completely taken care of money, so they have the luxury. Matthews and McDavid have the luxury of going, I'll take 15. I'm good. Like, I could die tomorrow and my family and my grandkids are covered, so I will take 15 in a hope to win a cup.
Yep.
I don't need 19 a year just to go, well, the bar was set by Leo Carlsson, which is why I think they will. Macklin will be a great test case because he is like, I haven't made any money.
So is Bedard. Like, we need to see what happens with Bedard this year. We're also about to get into Connor Bedard.
Yep.
But like,
But I bet and we'll find out soon. But I bet Mac goes, the Sharks are building something sick. I'm not going to handcuff them that bad. I'll take 15.
What pisses me the fuck off about this outlandish statement by you is I completely agree with that, because I think Mac is different. I think Mac is a Sid disciple, and I think Mac is going to go, give me 14 and a half, or something like that, and it's going to make you look correct, but you're wrong.
Well, what do you mean? No.
You're lucking into this statement because of who Macklin is.
But if Matthews and McDavid do it too,
though, I think those are outliers because they're 30.
Yeah,
like they've signed massive deals. And
Can I make an argument here?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's also hockey culturally is more willing to do this than any other sport, and I think that you would see this a lot more. Like, I think it is very fair to expect a hockey player to take 15 mil over 18 mil and ego not be involved than anywhere else.
I agree with that, but at the same,
which is why I was so shocked by Leo.
I don't know, dude.
Exactly.
Can we break that down?
Yeah,
because it's hard. We have had that conversation on this show when every fan is like hockey player culture, hockey player culture. Zach, when we were talking about this fucking offer to a couple of our basketball friends, and we were like, it's unbelievable how much money, and they were like, wait, how much is he making a year? And we were like, 18. And
it's
they were
nothing,
they were like, that's not a lot. And we went, it's literally the biggest contract in the NHL. And they were appalled with how little money hockey players make comparatively.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this, like the hockey culture thing. Hockey players take less.
Yeah.
Dude, Chris, we have talked about the days. Do you not remember on this show saying the days of Sidney Crosby and Patrice Bergerons are over?
Yep.
We have not seen a player take less in the NHL since those two until McDavid just did it.
Sorry, you said Sid and who?
Bergeron.
Oh, Berg. Yeah.
Like Berg was playing at like 6.6 or something.
And they had many quotes like this. We all got to do it. It only works if we all do it.
Dude,
like,
when
they were
Taves
that.
and Kane signed their like 10 and a half, that wasn't taking less. Those were two of the biggest contracts in the league. Leon didn't take less. Connor didn't take less on his first deal. McKinnon didn't take less. Kale is not about to take, or I mean, maybe he will. But it's like we don't see it that often. I agree with you. The culture screams that, but it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
Tumani Kumara on the Portland Trailblazers makes $18 million a year.
Household name.
Walker
Household
Kessler
name.
just got a bag. I mean, this is talk about a Laker. Walker Kessler just got a bag.
I've never heard those letters put together in my entire life.
Yeah.
So I mean, man. Like I would love to see it too. And this one is definitely now I am backpedaling because like this one is so high. Like it is crazy.
You're backpedaling from what you said today, not from what you said the other day, right?
Like I said, I was like, I'm not going to back. No, sorry. I'm backpedaling what I said today, and that I was like, we will definitely see it. I
really don't think we will, and I can't wait to be wrong, but I really don't think we will.
I'm now being like, maybe, dude.
Dan, can you literally imagine if Austin Matthews doesn't leave the Leafs?
No, Austin.
And just hear me out though.
I won't hear you out because I've already said this on previous episodes about Austin and Connor specifically. I was like, those two don't need to match this. Mm-hmm. It's the other guys that do. So I agree with those two. But it's like all of these other players who are eventually going to be signing a new deal. I'm like, this is now the number. Like it's, but I think Austin, I've been saying for a long time now, I think Austin's next contract is going to be like 14 mil. I bet he is like, yeah, dude, just give me a bit more than what I make. Because it's also surprising, like when a John Carlson signs for, what did he sign for in 8.5 in Tampa? Like, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You're 36. Like, I expect these guys to be like, just sign for 2 mil somewhere.
Yeah, and they're like,
and then he's like, no, give me 8.5. I'm one of the best right shot defensemen in the league still.
Dude, LeBron, did you see LeBron? I know he hasn't signed yet, but LeBron has already agreed to the vet minimum.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care.
I mean,
but he's made so much money.
Isn't he a billionaire?
He's made so much money.
No one does that. Like guys in the NBA who have also made billions go, don't care. Give me another
contract.
50 mil. You know, and LeBron's like, dude, I want to win a title.
When you're chasing
it's interesting.
number 6.
Yes, that's what I mean. And like, thank you for, actually, dude, I've had such a roller coaster relationship with LeBron.
We got to move on. We got to move on.
And I'm so back on him after that. I was like,
LeBron's fucking goated, man. Yeah. Like he's not my favorite player of all time, but he is so goated.
Yep.
Okay. We'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. My take is Cutter Gauthier is going to sign, so trades will probably happen in Anaheim.
Give me your best guess at number.
I bet Cutter's going to sign for 12.5.
That's actually right what I had, and that they better hope he agrees to that. And I mean, you're right about the leverage, but like,
I
he would be mad.
I guarantee it's 5 as well.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's 5
Cool.
years. Okay, we're going to move on to the Blackhawks. First and foremost, there are 2 things from last week that have made me laugh that I want to address is the fact that there were some people who took what you were saying about Spike Ball as not satire. To that I say that was obviously satire, and we're moving on. What I did not like is on our Instagram post. Do you have anything to say about that, by the way?
No, I could not care. And dude, by the way, I pray to God he was playing Spike Ball and faked it. I pray that happened. And then I get to go, look, sue who for defamation? Dude, I imagined, never mind.
No,
Incredible.
Again, it is funny, and it has been fun laughing about that with other people who also found it insane. But I get it, man. Like we're new boot goofing around here more often than not. We like to have fun. We hope you can have fun with us. So obviously it was a joke when we were joking around about playing Spike Ball. But what I did not like is on our IG post, the insane, overwhelming amount of comments who were shitting on Connor.
Well, dude, the only thing I want to say about that, because I saw that too, is we also, this wasn't in the clip, so it didn't even have a chance to explode. But we both said in the first round, before we actually heard, we both said, if it's a knock, it doesn't matter. If he's out significant time, we both on into the mic said, I now actually am like, dude, we have a durability issue. And now it is surgery 4 months. So per our point, we both think there is a durability issue.
Well, it's a fear.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like you have a fear. But the amount of people who were like, he's made of glass, he's a bust, he's this, he's that, I will not stand for that personally. Because I think way too many people, and I'm going to contradict myself here because it was an injury that did it, but way too many fucking people conveniently forget how fucking good he was last year.
Yep.
Him and Macklin Celebrini were neck and neck, and in fact, for a long stretch, Bedard was leading. And I know he has an extra year on Mac, but yes. But, dude, Bedard was on fire last year. On fire. And, like, I think that kid is insanely talented, and it sucks that he didn't keep the chin tucked. Yeah. And it sucks now that this has happened, and he hurt his shoulder last year.
I think it was different ones, but yeah, shoulder.
Yeah. Yep. But like, is that confirmed?
I think I saw that, but I might be pulling that out.
Well,
of my
either
ass,
way,
I swear I saw that.
He hurt his shoulder last year. Now he has this shoulder injury. But dude, I look at Drew Brees. Also a short guy.
Yeah.
Gets a bionic shoulder put in, and then he wins
better than ever.
That's true.
I am here.
Different shoulder.
I'm gonna stand for Bedard here. I will also never call him Bedsy. I can't. I feel like such a fucking clown loser when I say that.
Why?
Because I'm just, to me, like Bedsy's a cool young person nickname, and I'm not a cool young person.
But that's what they call him.
Do they? Like,
I'm
do you think
sure.
older guys call him Bedsy?
I think so.
To me, I just feel like I feel like a tool when I say it.
What?
I'm
I don't want to feel like
gonna
a
be
fraud.
saying it. I'm gonna be saying it.
That's
what he likes to be called. You're doing him a disservice.
Okay,
Yeah.
Say his full government name.
If Blackhawks fans can confirm that he prefers to be called that by people, then I'll call him Bedsy.
Yeah.
But until I earn that, I will call him Connor. I'm going to stand up for him here, and I'm putting my chips on the table. I think when he returns, he is going to have, we'll call it point per game, we'll call it plus minus. I really want to see a big uptick there. I think he's going to have the best season of his career. Because you know what? I think he's pissed. I think he hears, I remember this was also a thing that got ignored from last episode. I think Connor Bedard has entered cool Connor era.
Dude, I
That
agree.
got so conveniently, like, you want to fucking clip shit on TikTok and make a fucking big deal of it and live in outrage culture, be my guest. But if you actually want to do your homework and listen to the episode, we spent fucking 5 minutes talking about how cool he is now.
Yep.
And I think Connor Bedard has entered cool Connor era. And I also think he's entered grudge Connor era now too, where he is like, he's hearing people doubt the Hawks. He's hearing people doubt him. He's hearing people say he's made of glass. I think he's going to get this surgery, and I think he's going to fucking lock in and come back and be absolutely lethal when he returns. I can't wait to revisit this at the end of his season and go, look at that fucking stud.
Dude, I'm so with you. He is, I said last step, these young kids heal so fast. They grind on their recovery.
Yeah.
And dude, this guy isn't that young, but look at Tatum, tore his Achilles. And everybody was like, he's going to miss the whole year. He's even going to miss 2 years. And then he's like playing in game 50.
I mean, if we went at Patty Mahomes, dude. Patty Mahomes is probably come back and look at like perfect.
It absolutely terrifies me how true that is.
Yep.
So like he's going to come back and we're going to get through week 4 and I'm going to go, so they're winning the Super Bowl again?
Yep.
And I'm going to hate it.
Yep.
Hate it.
Exactly. So already, I said last episode, I guarantee you, Connor Bedard, they're saying November. I guarantee you he's back early October. And they're going to go, wow, he's way ahead of schedule. Even if he isn't, which I'm sure he is, I'm completely with you. You even said last step, this is the perfect time to get hurt.
Yep.
These kids go too hard in the summer anyway. This will put him on the shelf. He'll get his body right, completely fine. He played 69 games, nice, last year and had 30 goals.
Sick.
I bet because don't forget the season starts in September now, so he's going to miss some games. So I bet he only hits of the 84. I bet he's at best going to be 72 already if he doesn't pick up another knock. So do I think he's going to score 50 goals with missed time? Maybe not, but I'm with you. I bet he's sniffing 40 this year.
Yep.
I bet he has a monster season. This is not an issue at all.
Dude, and I addressed this on Hockey Talk today too. There are a lot of Blackhawks fans like panicking, and I get it because it does feel like the Sharks are ahead of you and the Ducks are ahead of you now. But dude, I think the Blackhawks are right there. I think
I'm not there yet, but
I think Nazar right there in terms of you're not right here to make the playoffs. I think they're right here to all of a sudden people go, whoa, trajectory is there.
Yep.
I think Nazar's disgusting, dude. Obviously, Connor is amazing. But, dude, Frondell is so good. I love Boisvert. I love Oliver Moore. And then you've got Byram now there playing with, and Vlasic also signed for a long time. Levshinov, I think, is amazing. I love Renzel. Like, this team, and also you have Spencer Knight, dude. You have the hardest part.
Yeah.
You have the hardest part.
Really good call there.
I think this team is right there. And, they missed on a bunch of free agents, but when we looked at the Sharks, right, and some of their trades and signings that we were kind of like, ooh, was that the right move? I almost like it better when you're in this situation where it's like you're not putting money into like long-term deals and places where you're like, ooh, that might not be great in a couple of years. Like, I feel good. If you're a Blackhawks fan, this is me telling you, I think we're good. I think we're maybe a little behind some of the other teams, but you're good still.
They're okay. I wish we had more time. I wish there was a little bit more firepower around Bedsy. I'm looking at it, and you got guys that can play, but I'm like, oh, dude, you look at the Sharks, and the Sharks are such an outlier, but they have an embarrassment of talent.
I know.
Up top.
I think we're going to see a jump, though.
Yep.
I think we're going to see a jump from those young guys.
Because of Bedsy.
All right.
I also just want to say, too, Sid and head stuff is different, but Sidney Crosby, early in his career,
Patrice
Bergeron was legitimately like, oh my God, we might get cut short. His career might be cut short.
Yep.
Like, think about the panic from Penguins fans in mid-20s Crosby.
And then boom.
And then it's
cups
fine.
later.
That's what I mean. So it's like, to all the glass people.
Yeah.
But Bedard can have a couple unlucky knocks in the first 3 years of his career and then just be healthy the rest of the way and be like,
especially for a smaller player, sometimes this is the learning process.
Yep.
It's like you got to the NHL, you have to learn that as a smaller guy, you might get rubbed in certain ways that's not going to work.
Yep.
He's learning the lesson. I'm telling you, cool Connor, grudge Connor, here he is.
He's a child.
And now he's going to blossom.
Yep.
And it's going to be amazing. All right, quick talk about the Devils. Got a little request from some of the fans saying that we haven't talked about the Devils in a little while. And no, it was not Pasha. But we do want to talk about the Devils for a second. We saw the Nemec trade, and they get the 2 first-round picks, and then we didn't really do anything with it, as we saw. How are you feeling about the Devils right now? Right, the big thing for me is goaltending is Jake Allen, Nico Dawes, and David Riddick. Is that how they are going into? Do we think they're going into this season going Nico Dawes is our guy?
At this point, maybe. I don't know. I would say at this point, it's not that late. There's time to do stuff, but maybe. And I think that is, if I'm a Devils fan, that is scary. That's scary considering where I hoped to be 3 years from now. You brought up Pasha. Pasha and he put his money where his mouth is. I did not, but I had his back. After that Rangers playoff round, Pasha was like, the Devils are going to win 3 cups in the next 10 years. And then when they hired Keefe, I doubled down with him. I was like, you guys are golden, dude. This is going to be the next dynasty in the East. And like looking back on that, we look like buffoons.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be thrilled if I'm going into this year, a pivotal year in terms of the future of this team and its Dawes.
Yeah. I think I'm excited. I don't mean to just be Danny Positivity here with everyone right now, but I think this is a big year. I think this is the 100-point year for Jack Hughes.
Okay.
I think post-Olympics, everything he's been through, all these dumb injuries, and this team's been plagued by injuries.
Horribly.
But I think this is the 100-point year for Jack Hughes where he finally goes, I am the superstar that everyone thinks I can be. So I think that's very exciting. Hischier is only getting better. He's literally saving lives. I don't know if you've seen these stories, but like Nico,
What'd he
do? Grant, do a quick Google search, Nico Hischier in the news. Hischier. He like pulled someone out of a car or some shit. Like this guy's a fucking hero. But I'm a big Mercer guy. Meyer is maybe not what they expected him to be. Bratt is one of the most underrated players in the league. And I think those Erod and Boquist pickups are very, very good depth pickups that they have not had.
Same.
Which I really like.
Erod's money. That's
Saved a family in distress in Switzerland. Unbelievable.
Literally went home to Switzerland. There was a family in distress, saved their lives.
Unbelievable.
What was happening to them?
They family of 4 had an inflatable boat that became stranded near a dam, which caused them to be in distress. And when they were in distress, Nico saw it, had a heroic effort, swam to them, pulled the boat ashore using a throw bag, secured them to police, and none of the 4 family members were harmed.
They were literally in a rushing river about to go over a waterfall after playing a game of spike ball.
Yep.
Yeah. And
hey,
hero.
That's satire, folks.
Nico was playing spike ball. And then also, by the way, Nico has now strained a lat swimming in the river and then will fake an injury at practice and go, I was hurt playing hockey, so insurance cover this.
Conor McGregor?
Yes. Oh my God, dude. I can't even begin to talk about that.
That guy is such a piece of shit.
That is insane.
I still love their D. Siegenthaler, Dougie, Luke, Pesci, Brendan Dillon, and Kovacevic. Like, that's such a good
Dude,
D
their
core.
team is stacked. I look at the
They also
lines
still
and I
have
go,
Seamus
how could you
Casey.
possibly be bad?
The Devils, man, are like, they're just, there's something there still. And I feel like people forget they have Salayev too. Mm-hmm. I believe, put it this way, I believe in the New Jersey Devils. I believe in Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
And I do think with Sonny, it is time to make something happen here. But I do believe, dude, you gotta, it's not that I don't believe in Nico Dawes. I'm not sure I believe in Nico Dawes as a horse, as a, like, you are playing 50 games, dude. So
Okay.
I'd love them to maybe look at an Aiden Hill trade, maybe look at a Hellebuck trade. And then my last thing on the Devils is,
would be numbies.
Yeah.
yeah. My last thing on the Devils is, do you think that a Quinn Hughes move is still on the cards?
I have long been on, I am firmly on they are all playing together, you know that, or certainly Jack and Quinn. I was always on Devils. Lately it's shifted to Minnesota or elsewhere. Yeah. And weirdly though, the downward spiral of the Devils is somehow making Quinn coming there more likely to me because it's their last Hail Mary desperation of like, how did we mess this up so bad? We stink. Just go get Quinn Hughes.
And then, but now the Wild have had a weird offseason too.
Yeah, so they also need Quinn Hughes. Who doesn't need a Quinn Hughes? Dan?
We all need a Quinn Hughes.
So I still think it's unlikely, but maybe I've moved my meter up slightly more likely just because of what a debacle they've been in.
Nice, I like it. We'll keep checking that meter as we go through the summer. Okay, last bit of news before we jump into an ad break, and then the David Ayres interview. We got to talk about the Dundons on the Cup.
Yep. I'm trying to find. Oh, here we go. I got the pick.
We didn't really talk about this all week because I was kind of laughing watching a bunch of the pearl clutching that was going on, and I just think it's more outrage culture that leads to like hate speech and negativity online that I would prefer to avoid. But as the dust has settled, I would love to say this is so lame.
So
again, I'm not going to sit here and go, one of the most egregious things that's ever happened in NHL history, but it is objectively super fucking lame.
So I woke up to this news and I hadn't even heard about it. And you guys go, Dundon put his wife and kids on the cup.
Yeah.
And dude, Dundon's the man. We had a great chat.
Lovely experiences.
Awesome
with him,
dude.
Yeah. He is a predatory loan shark, though.
Well, you got to make your money,
and I don't like that.
You got to make your money, Dan.
Being a predatory loan shark is pretty tough.
So he goes, you guys go. He put his family on there, and I go, sick. And then Laz and G and who else? Colby was on.
Colby,
that
yeah.
too. They go, I actually think no one got omitted. And so then I go, oh, then literally who cares? I cannot believe people are mad.
That was like my original take. I was like, if no one who should be on there is left off, then this is just corny.
Yeah, but I love a good cornball.
Yeah, but then there were, again, the outrage brigade. Like,
yeah, they were mad already.
There was just like people were throwing around certain names, and I was like, I genuinely still don't know who should be on and who shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I feel like some have been kind of confirmed, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So I have a few. So then it was like, actually, no, some people were omitted. So Joel Nystrom, and I believe 41 games. If you play 41 games for a team,
you are
on the cup, period. And a person who plays less than that can be added to the cup by the team. If they go, this person was incredibly valuable. And if you play playoffs, you're on, period. Or maybe it's like 2 playoff games or something. There's a minimum playoff game also.
Yeah.
Joel Nystrom, a defenseman, played 38 games for the Canes. Missed it by 3 games.
And dude, he's like, so I looked this up. Nystrom is under contract with the Canes still.
Yeah, like
because like if you played 38 games and then you got traded, I'm like, you should not be on the cup.
Yeah,
like I don't give a fuck. That's what's tough, right? Like you could play up to the trade deadline, and if you get traded, you're not on the cup.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, you're on a different team.
Yep.
He is under contract. So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This guy's not on the cup.
He's on the Canes. 23-year-old on the Canes, missed it by 3 games. He gets jacked.
Brutal.
And then
he gets jacked for an 8-year-old.
And this one actually really hurt my feelings. Bobby Gorman, a veteran equipment manager who has been with the franchise since they were the Whalers. Dude has been grinding on the Canes gear to get them ready for the game. Deleted for an 8-year-old. Dude,
deleted. And then, also, is that guy in the cup in 2006?
Great question. Let me see.
Because if he got double goosed, that is absurd.
Yeah.
I'm going to look
that
up.
Wouldn't be Dundon's fault, but if Bobby Gorman is not on the cup in 2006 either, that is insane.
Did our Sharpened Skates guy make it? That was listening to the podcast.
Holy fuck.
Whoa, dude.
We got to find that out.
Yeah.
He's listening.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's listening
text
right
us.
Now. Yeah, please text us.
I need to find out.
If you are not on the cup, then I'm going to show up at Dundon's doorstep.
Yes, dude. Seriously, are you on the cup? And
dude, you find out if Gorman is on in 2006?
It says his name was not engraved on the cup. His name, however, did appear on the cup back in 2006. So he got on. But I mean, I just think you got to.
I mean, if you're on the first time, you're on this time.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
So
like, this is crazy.
That's nuts.
And then we'll have Ev edit in this picture. But Sully, shout out Sully, who's also listening, sent me the funniest picture I've ever seen, which is for the audio listeners, the people when you see a sticker on
the bumper, the bumper sticker.
That's
like the family. Here's me and my kids.
It says Carolina Hurricanes 25-26, and it's just like, Dad,
again, dude,
Mom,
my take was as the outrage was going on, I was like, if no one got left off, this is just corny.
Yep.
But it is clear, at least by our standards, like Joel and Bobby not being on there is mental to me. And like there's some minority owners, but like that's kind of, I'm like when Big Cat owned Swansea, like if they won the Premier League, I'm like, you don't. I'm like, if you own like 0.01%.
Yeah.
I don't think my name should get on the cup there. But I mean, these ones are crazy to me. And I mean, again, like I'm not going to act outraged. I'm going to laugh about how fucking stupid this is.
It's a little crazy though for now that I've seen
it's again, like I think that this is lame as fuck. But again, I'm going to laugh about how lame it is because I think it's just way more fun.
It's just such absolute power. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Like this is where ownership, I'm like, you donkey, what are you doing?
What do you think the conversation was like? Like when they were like, hey, I want to throw the family on the cup. Like what?
It's also so. I'll also say this: they're the first names listed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I saw that, yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that. Like, if I were a player on the team, I'm like, I don't give a shit where my name shows up. I'm on the fucking cup.
Yeah.
But it is just another use of like, dude, he's so unapologetically was like this. Me, my wife, and my fucking 5 kids.
Kids, dude.
And my dog and my cat. And I'm just like, dude, calm down.
The maid, the nanny.
And also, I actually wonder if these kids are going to grow up and be like this. Why the fuck did you put me on there, dude? Like,
they're going to get roasted. His kid is going to get roasted at the middle school table and be like, you didn't do shit to get that cup.
Grant, God forbid if those kids grow up and play hockey, if I ever played against them, I'd be like this. Your name's on the cup, pal, huh? Like, what was that? What was that run like? Did you fucking like? I would chirp this shit out of
you.
it.
Never touched that,
question, because it's the curse. If you touch the cup, before having won it, you'll never win it.
Yeah.
If your name is engraved on the cup before you ever did dick,
brutes.
I don't think that is actually an incrable comment, and I wonder what would happen with their hockey careers. That is a tough one, dude, and I can't believe he has 5 kids too.
Is it 5? I just threw that number out.
If he only had 1, it'd be a little less bad. Yeah. Joel Nystrom would be on there. 7 names,
Joel
dude.
On there, dude. Come
Outrageous.
Come on.
Okay, let's take an ad break, and then when we get back, we're going to kick it to our interview with our buddy David Ayres. You are going to love this one. You know some of his story. You will not believe the whole thing. Also, a hell of a dude. Just a great hang. Hilarious guy. Unbelievable life experience, unbelievable attitude, and the way to give back to the world. Grant, you would love that. You got to listen to it.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. Can we shout out somebody real quick?
Yeah.
Can we shout out Ev? I mean, you guys set that interview up too, but I know Ev was part of
huge,
that.
Great point. Ev was dialed on that. And like Dan said, we met him in Raleigh.
Yep.
All 4 of us. We met him in Raleigh when we were doing Stanley Cup Live. He even said to us in the interview, Grant, he was like, God, I went up to your guys' show, Stanley Cup Live, and the fans love you guys. And I was like, hell yeah.
Very nice. Love that.
Hell yeah. So we'll be right back with David Ayres. All right, we got 4 games left in the World Cup, because I actually forgot that the World Cup does the bronze medal game, which is pretty sick. 4 games left in the World Cup. It's already been an incredible tournament, and if you haven't been paying attention, you can make this tournament even more dialed, because BetMGM has the coolest promotion. It is the 2-up early payout. All you have to do is place a pre-game wager on any team you think is going to win, and if that team goes up by 2 goals at any point in the game, you win. Literally, your bet is over. You've won. So we've seen these crazy comebacks. Teams go up. It's all good. And then Argentina rips Egypt's heart out. You have already won that bet. If you had Egypt 2 goals, you win. That's it. You keep the winnings no matter what happens next. It's incredible. This offer is available every single match. You can hit it for both semifinal games. You can hit it for the bronze medal game. You can hit it for the gold medal game. And that is unreal. So get in on that action. And if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, do it right now. And use that promo code NETTERS. That's NETTERS when you sign up. And you get a $1,500 new player offer. How sick is that? BetMGM hooking you up left, right, and center. BetMGM, make it legendary. We are joined today by a Whitby, Ontario native, the oldest player ever to win their debut NHL game. Pretty sick stat. I like that a lot. A man who retired with a career undefeated goalie record in the NHL. Former Zamboni driver, soon to be Hollywood icon, David Ayres. Welcome to the Empty Netters podcast.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me here.
So we're pumped, dude. We were just chatting earlier before we got going here that we were able to run into you during the final down in Carolina, and this was able to materialize. So it's awesome to finally have you on the show.
Yeah, it was wild. I mean, just to see you guys there, the crowd and stuff like that, like, people loved you. It was wild. I'm like, these guys are just killing it down here. What a place to be, right?
Oh, dude, the Canes
Those
fans.
are Canes fans,
was that
man.
Game,
They're the best.
Was that game 2 or 5?
I think it was 5, right? I think we were a little deeper into the...
When I saw you guys, I think it was game 2 maybe, because it was before they went to Vegas.
I thought so too.
Oh, shit, that's right. It was.
So, dude, I'm actually pumped to chat with you about that the Canes did it, because when we met, it kind of felt like we were maybe in trouble here. You might go down 0-2, sure. So that was a nice little turnaround for the boys.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy series. Like, that was just, I've never seen anything like that. It's like, hold on, get down a bunch of goals, come back, storm back. Like, I was at game 3 in the outdoor thing, and we left after the second period because
no way,
this is terrible. The game, this sucks so bad. And we ended up watching the game on the phone on the way back, and I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Like, it's a comeback, and we left, and I mean, the crowd was wild, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't handle it. The game was terrible. Game 3 was terrible for the Canes at the start, and then all of a sudden it was just like I'll just leave and I miss all the good stuff.
I mean, dude, we were joking. We were at a wedding. That was the only game we missed. We had to go to our boy's wedding. We got to go to our boy's wedding. And it was hilarious. As like we had all these bets on the game, and as it was all mapping out, people were freaking out because we had like, you know, the over and Eichel point or this and that. And then it was just like, bang, everything flipped on its head. And we were like, what is, I ran up to Chris at one point and I was like, this game's in overtime. And he was like, what?
Dude, I was about to say that. Dan came up to me on the dance floor at the wedding and just holds his phone up, and it was 4-4. And I was like, oh my God, dude. I can't believe that's the one we missed.
That was crazy. I mean, how do you not love that series? And that, I mean, the amount of people that probably tuned in to watch the last couple games of that series. I mean, after hearing how crazy it was for the first three, I mean, I'm sure game 4 or game 5 are just like wild. The attendance and the people that came. I know in Carolina, the crowd from the first game, game 1 to game 2 to game 3, like it all started to build outside. For game 1 outside, you know, may have had like, I don't know, 5,000 people. By the time game 3 and game 4 were around the place, you couldn't stand out there at all.
That's awesome. Dude, it was funny too, because I had some people say they watched game 6 and they were like, this is kind of boring. And I was like, yeah, well, every other game was awesome.
We're all exhausted. Yeah. So
yeah, I needed a break.
But I mean, I think people would be interested to know. So I mean, like you're talking about how you had to literally leave the game. You are a true Canes fan, right?
Yeah. I mean, ever since I played that one game with them, they treated me so well. I met so many people in Carolina. I've had so many friends now from North Carolina, like Charlotte, Raleigh, all those areas. I mean, I've met so many people and become so close to a lot of people. And their fan base is unbelievable. How can you not be a fan of them? The way that Rod does it, the way that the management, the whole team, the way they do things outside, the way they get their fans incorporated and everything, like, that's awesome. The way they just do it is awesome. Other teams should kind of take the hint and get after it like they do.
It's truly so cool. And we were losing our minds with the tailgating. I mean, it is. I think it's one of those things that we've kind of offhand said so many times over the course of the history of this show. We go to football games and things like that, and you're reminded that tailgating is so awesome. And we're always kind of like, why doesn't every sport do this? Hockey should do this. Meanwhile, down in Carolina at the Lenny, they're like, we do. We do it every day, and it's absolutely incredible. So it was just really cool for this final for the world and the rest of the hockey community to be able to see how well they do it and how fun it is. It's incredible. But you mentioned, so you're outside of Charlotte now. You're living in North Carolina. Tell the people, what was the start of your hockey days when you were growing up? When did you get into the game? Was it immediate? Did your family play? How did you really start to fall in love with the game of hockey?
Yeah, I still live in Canada actually, but I'm down here quite often. But I mean, being a Canadian kid, that's what you did. Like my dad was a goalie, my older brother was a goalie. And so I really didn't have an option. It's like, here you go. Here's, your brot's equipment. Yeah. I know it's 4 sizes too big for you because he's 4 years older than you, but get after it. Like, so I'm wearing equipment that's up to my hips. And I knew we didn't have a lot of money growing up. And by the time I was done with my equipment, it was down to my knees, right? So I wore those pads for 3 or 4 years, but I didn't really have a choice. So my parents were just like, you're a goalie. And, my brother, we're playing road hockey with my brother and his friends. And who do they want? They want the young kid who's going to go in net and they can just rip the ball at. And I'm not going to complain about it, right? Because I get to play with my brother and his buddies. So, hockey was my passion back then. And I just kind of did what I had to do to just play. And I just love to do it. So, I mean, I was taking shots off the face. I was just putting net in the stupidest times. It was great.
So your dad, Bob, and your brother, Chris, were goalies as well. Did you ever veer out of that? Like, or was it just like, nope, they gave me this equipment. This is what we do. This is a family trade. You're like working in the steel mill for generations, essentially. Did you ever stray, or were you like, no, I'm a goalie?
I think I played, sometimes you get those father-son games. And I was able to let one of the other kids borrow my goalie equipment, and I wore the players' equipment. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I can't skate worth shit, but this is awesome. I love doing this. I play out now quite a bit, and I can skate a lot better now than I did back then. But I don't know. There was something about being a goalie that, you want to make your dad proud and your brother proud. And I think that's kind of why I stuck it out for so long and just stayed in net.
Dude, well, it's funny. Usually, or at least I feel like I see often the brothers have one goalie because you need a guy to shoot. Someone's going to shoot on you. Yeah. But I love how you guys just went straight down the list. Like we're all playing goal generations.
They just get a pitching machine going, just firing pucks at them all. Just down a line, 3 goalies.
That is amazing. Dude.
It's unbelievable.
I was lucky enough that our neighborhood had like 20 kids. So
There
there's
you
all the whole neighborhood has 20, and they were just out there. Everyone wanted to play hockey, and they're always like, just put Dave in net. He's a goalie. They'll just leave him in there. And so I just always had somebody who wanted to shoot the puck at me or shoot the ball at me. Yeah, it was wild, my neighborhood.
Dude, I'll say too, our dad was a goalie when he was young, and then transitioned to defense. And I almost got the goalie bug when I was a little kid. Like when we would be playing knee hockey, I always wanted to be a goalie. I love John Van Viesbroek, all these legends, Cujo. And I do think there's something, maybe, I think in everyone, but maybe just guys like me and you, Ayres, but it's like, something about an incredible save is cooler to me than an incredible goal. Like if you make a highlight reel diving save, I'm like, man, that's a special endorphin hit, dude.
I never wanted it.
Yeah,
I never wanted any of that smoke. Didn't want to touch it at all. You know what, DA? I had the benefit of, I'm a lefty, so whoever's house we were at playing street hockey, the goalie stick was always for a righty. So I was always like, I can't play.
Can't take a turn.
Don't know what you guys want from me. I can't do it.
Yeah,
great.
But one of my good buddies was a lefty too, and he just messed everybody up. Like they would come in on him as a goalie, and they're shooting high glove, and he just blockers it away like it's nothing.
Yeah,
like man, it's like that still to this day. I play with him, and he still has the same thing. People are gonna go glove on him, and it's just blocker. So but you're right. Like a great save as a goalie, there's nothing like it, man. Like you just go out there and your game's tied or something like that, you make a sick save, and then that feeling is unbelievable. Like all the parents afterwards come up to you and be like, "Yeah, man, you were the best in the game." And like 3/4 of the game, you stood there and did nothing. But all of a sudden, you made an awesome save, and you're the player of the game.
God, you want to scream! I love it. Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. Well, so many people know about your unbelievable story and your game with the Canes. Of course, it's legendary, but I don't think many people know that in 2004, you actually had a kidney transplant, which is such an unbelievable part of your journey. How did that materialize? When did you find out you had kidney problems? Was this something that you were aware of, or did it kind of get sprung on you a little bit?
Yeah, I had no idea, man. I was in good shape. I was going to go play or try out at least for the Laredo Bucks in the Central League.
Yeah,
that long ago, and so one of my buddies, his brother was the captain. They kind of got me an invite to go down there, and then all of a sudden I got sick, and I just felt like I had the flu for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I just couldn't kick it. So I go to the hospital. And I'm like, something's going on here. Like I don't know what it is, and they check my blood pressure, and it was 240 over 120.
Damn,
and the doctor kind of like taps the blood pressure machine, like, is this thing all right? Like, what's going on here? And then they went out and got 2 more blood pressure machines to check it out. And next thing I know, there's a couple doctors come in, and they said, you need to go to the emergency room like right away. Your blood pressure is so high, we're afraid that you're gonna have a stroke or a heart attack or something like that. And me being stubborn, I'm just like, I'm 25, 26 years old, in good shape, and I thought, it's just something I'll be able to kick, right? So I go home and I eat, and it just kind of, a couple days go by, I finally go to the doctor. It was right during SARS at the time, which is that stuck too.
Yeah.
So and so I'm in the hospital. I get put in the ICU because I was just not doing well at all. I was in there for a while, and they at first thought it was my blood pressure that was the problem, that was kind of killing my kidneys. So they put me on meds from, I think it was May, the long weekend in May, until October, when I was on Canadian Thanksgiving. I was at my parents' house, and I'm eating, and I passed out standing against the wall. And I was like, I should probably go to the hospital again. I go to the hospital, they do blood work. They're like, yeah, your kidneys are at like 10% between both of them.
Damn.
You need to go on dialysis right away.
Yeah. And
I'm like, what's dialysis? Like, what's going to happen to me, man? Like, I'm a healthy dude. Like, what's wrong with me? So I go, and they put me on dialysis, and they give me this book, and it's all about basically what's going to happen in your life now, kind of going forward. Like, what's the process of dialysis? What's the process of having a transplant, and all that kind of stuff. So I sat there and I read it, and there was a nurse that sat beside me, and I said, you don't have to stay here. Like, I'm good. Like, I'll just read this book. And she goes, no, I have to stay with you. I was like, why? She goes, because when people get this kind of news, sometimes they don't, want to live through it, basically. And so she's like, you're kind of watching, making sure that you're okay. And I was like, oh no, I this is a challenge for me. Like, I'm going to read what's going on, and I'm going to try and kick this. And there was a basketball player, Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah.
He was having a kidney transplant at the same time I was. And so I had this little challenge in my own head of like, I want to get back in shape and at least go down and, get to my tryout in hockey and be able to play pro hockey and stuff like that. So that's kind of what motivated me to keep going and get through the whole kidney thing. Obviously, my mom was a donor.
Yeah.
And the first thing she said when she found out, she goes, how do I donate?
Wow.
And not a thought against it, nothing. I think my dad got it he got tested, but he was diabetic, so he couldn't donate. And so my mom ended up donating, and it was exactly a year from the time I first found out I was sick to the time I had my kidney transplant.
Wow,
That's
dude.
remarkable. And you know what, man? I think, with stories like these, people look at you now. You're obviously a healthy guy. You stay in shape. You're active. You've done so many amazing things. It's kind of easy to sort of skirt by those times and be like, oh yeah, that was challenging. But I mean, it must have been unbelievable. You were on dialysis for 8 months. What was that process like? How did you get through it?
That sucks, man. To be honest with you, I would never want that to happen to my worst enemy. It was horrible. I was, I'm average 205, like I weigh 205 now pretty much. And I was in really good shape, more so back then than I am now. But I lost 45 pounds. By the time I had my transplant, I was 160. And you could only eat certain things. You could have maybe a cup of water every day because your body just wouldn't filter it out. So it stayed, whatever you drank stayed in your body. And so your feet would swell up, your legs would swell up. Like I went to a pro-am camp and I couldn't even play the last day because my feet were so swollen. I couldn't fit them in my skates. So it's not just the physical aspect of everything. It's the mental aspect of it all too. Because you're so used to being able to do whatever you want. You're supposed to be able to, like, you're so fit. You can go to the gym. You don't feel like crap. Like, when you go on dialysis, man, that's brutal. I still played hockey through it. I had the PICC lines in my neck, and I went out and played hockey with my buddies still as a goalie. And my doctor was just like, well, what are you doing? Like, you got PICC lines in your neck. If those things get hit and blow up, like, you're going to start bleeding everywhere. You know that, right? I'm like, well, if I go out playing hockey, I'll be a happy guy.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it, man. I wasn't letting it hold me back. I was just like, let's go. Like, whatever happens, happens.
Dude, I love your boys too.
Take a toll on you.
I love your boys, who are like, all good, dude. Like, none of the friends were like, dude, go home.
They're like, this is iconic. Just keep going.
That is awesome.
As long as I was in that, they had a goalie. I mean, that's how it is. Nobody wants to play without a goalie. So like, who cares? You could be on your deathbed. If you're going to play for us, though, have at it. Like,
as long as you're there for puck drop. Like, don't be late, dude.
That's exactly it. But they were good. They were good. I had such good support from my buddies, but they were also like, hey, if this is what you're going to do, like, we'll support you. Let's do it. And that's what you needed to get through something like that, because mentally, it kicks your ass. Like that thing was, you go through, and at that time, I was married at the time too. And something like that really gets you. And it's hard in your relationship too, to try and get through a marriage when you're that young. My worry was, hey, you're probably not going to want to be with me as I get older. Like, who wants to deal with a guy who's taking medication every day just to live? Potentially can't have kids, which it turns out I didn't have any kids. So like those things are just mental issues that you had to get over, and I had some really, really dark days because of it. But like having a good, support team around you is pretty helpful.
Oh, dude, it makes all the difference in the world. What was the process like for Mary to, because you have to be a match, right? Or are you automatically a match if it's
No, you have to go through all that.
Yes.
And, dude, was it cool when obviously you're going through an incredibly difficult time, and a transplant is no easy thing. There's so much stress that goes into that. There's so much physical and emotional gymnastics that you have to go through. But your mom, who immediately stepped up to the task instantly, then you find out as a match. Was there kind of an awesome moment when that happened?
Yeah, I mean, my mom was super pumped about it. Obviously, so was I.
What a weapon! She's like, "Let's fucking go, get this thing out of me."
She was. That's exactly what she was like. And my mom was like 5 feet tall and just like a farm girl. She grew up on a farm. Like, she's just like, "Let's do this." Like, and she's like, "I don't care what it is. I'm going to give my kidney to my son and he's going to stay alive." And my mom and I have always been close, but obviously, that brings you even closer. But she was just out of the hospital, I think 4 or 5 days after giving a transplant. And back then they went through your ribs. Now they go through like your belly button and just suck it up and take it right out. But now, she went through a pretty good operation. And I think she was home day 5 and she was outside gardening. And I'm like, "Mom, you just had nasal surgery." Like, chill out a little bit, right? Yeah. But that's her, man. She just goes and goes. And so for her and I, that's a huge connection. Also a big part of the whole story that kind of people are interested in, because a lot of people are worried about donating, kidneys or organs. And kidneys nowadays are fairly easy to donate. And I mean, you can save someone's life, but like, it just goes to show that you can get out of the hospital in 4 or 5 days and you're completely fine. My mom has been fine ever since. So.
That's unreal. And how long was your recovery? Like, when were you, up and running again?
that was a tough one. I mean, I tried to go all the time and I wanted to work out. So I'm trying to lift things and
You're
I have
playing
a
goal,
huge
dude.
scar.
Yeah.
It's my thing. Yeah. And then my scar keeps ripping open on me and they're just like,
Jesus,
you need to settle
DA.
down. Like,
Yeah.
You guys are fucking nuts. So many. I mean, like, the fact that you just still had zips in and you're doing it is mental.
I had, I think I had 28 or 30 staples.
God.
And I was still out there trying to do some stuff and, trying to get back in shape because I thought, in September was coming around. I thought I was going to go down and have a tryout. So this was May. And I'm like, oh man, I could probably get myself in shape by September. It was not a good idea to do that. But I mean, it was just, you rip to pieces, but you're still going at it. And so like, I think full recovery, maybe a year until I felt myself again. But like they cut you so big, like the scar was, I don't know, probably 10 inches long, if not more.
Yeah, man.
So it's a big one. When I got out of the hospital, I remember not being able to really move my leg properly. And to go back a little bit, I had rejection right away. So I ended up being in the hospital for 21 days until they figured it all out.
Damn.
And so when I did get out, I'm trying to cross the road, downtown Toronto, trying to cross the road out of the St. Mike's Hospital to get to the car. And I'm limping. Like I couldn't, I think the stoplight went like once or twice. People are honking at me to get across the road. Like I could barely move my leg, man. Like give me a break here. So it took me a while to recover and it was a pain in the ass, but yeah, probably a year until I was fully recovered back to where I wanted to be anyways.
Yeah. My God, dude. Okay. So that is a massive moment in anyone's life, huge. Right? And I'm sure there was a lot of mental toll on the hockey of it all, right? Like obviously this comes first, second, third, fourth, fifth before any hockey career, but I'm sure there was a little bit of a period where you're like, fuck, hockey is my hockey career is over in a way. Is that right?
Done. I thought it was done. I thought I was never going to play hockey. Actually, it was one of my first questions to the doctor after my transplant, like, can I play hockey again? He's like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's, try and make sure you're healthy first. Don't worry about hockey right now.
Yeah, right. So, you could never imagine where this takes you, but, life goes on and you're picking up jobs here and there, staying around the game of hockey, certainly. Mm-hmm. And then, we find out that you become our boy. I can't remember. I think I told you this in Raleigh. Our boy was the e-bug for the Kings this year, our beer league guy. Yeah. So we kind of have the lay of the land and know how it works. But you are the third string practice goalie for the Leafs and the Marlies. And I want you to tell people that are listening what a normal day as an e-bug is, days you don't get into the fucking game. Because
DA, I don't think people know. I mean, we talk to Parrish all the time and it's like when you hear e-bug and then you learn what it is, people are kind of just like, oh, that's cool. But it's like, it's kind of a wild journey for you every single game day.
Yeah. Game days are wild for sure. I mean, a lot of the times, because I was a lot of practicing with the Marlies and Leafs, especially during the last year of it. So I would practice sometimes with the teams in the morning, sometimes both teams in the morning.
Yep.
And then I would go to work. And I worked down the road at Maple Leaf Gardens, like where it used to be, I guess it's Toronto Metro University now. But so then I would get out of work at like 5:30, I guess. And so, I mean, it's not a far drive to get from one old rink to the new rink, but the traffic is nuts, man. Like, there's times where I could have walked with my equipment on my back down there faster. But, you just get, for me, I got there, I parked underneath where all the players parked. Mm-hmm. They were really good to me. And so you just kind of leave your car in the truck and you go up there. And I stood in the same spot, section 317. Every single game I was the emergency goalie. And I mean, buddies were like, yeah, you got, season's tickets to the Leafs. You get to watch every single game. Like, it's good when the team's playing well. But if it's a bad game, man, the crowd gets on them.
Yeah.
Like, half the fans are gone 3/4 of the way through the game. So, but I loved it. Like, I loved every second of it, obviously. But when you do get the call and you got to go down there, your heart's racing, man. Like, you're standing in the stands. All of a sudden you see a goalie go down and you get a text being like, hey, come put your gear on.
Yeah. Get ready.
And it's such a mix of I'm excited because this is awesome. Like, I have a potential to play in the NHL to, oh shit, like what if I actually do have to play? Like, dude, am I going to get lit up? Like this is going to be bad.
Yeah, it's insane. Okay. So how many, and I know you won't know exact numbers, but how many games had you e-bugged, like just been in the crowd in 317 before that February day? And how many games had you gotten that text to like get dressed? The first guy went down.
Yeah. I know I did. I think I did all. I was there for 3 years. I think I did close to half-ish on the first season. I did all of the whole second season.
Damn. Okay.
And the third season, I did a a lot of them. I think the second season I only missed a couple for like events and stuff at work.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. There was a lot of games.
Yeah, you're at 80 games, dude. You're 80 games in the building. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of games I did. So I did Chicago, I think maybe my first or second year. Detroit, Toronto, and Carolina are actually all in the third year.
Wow.
Kind of in a row. And the Toronto game was like 3 weeks before the Carolina game. I just kind of got in the dressing room and sat. But the funny part was I also did some e-bug stuff for the Marlies. So I backed up for Charlotte.
Yep.
Charlotte was February 1st. And so I'm on the ice with those guys, and it's like almost exactly 3 weeks later.
That's crazy.
I'm on the ice for Carolina, so they were joking around like, "Man, you're the fastest guy to get through our system," you know. So it's kind of.
Oh my God, you're chirping all the prospects like you guys are pussies. Yeah. Dude, that is insane.
Yeah.
This is maybe kind of speaking to your mentality, but when you're doing all this and when you're there every day, are you like locked in? Or are you trying to keep that athlete mindset that you always grew up with, or were there times where you're sucking down dogs because you're like, I'm not fucking getting in?
I crushed Reuben sandwiches every single time I went there. It was so good. My first thing is like, let's go to the concession stand because I'm hungry right now.
You get a
something
thing,
to eat
right?
and then go.
Like they cover one meal or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They basically covered a meal for me too. They gave me the money towards the meal, but they treated me great. And so I go up there and I had my routine, man. I just would go to the concession stand. I would get something to eat. I would walk around the rink one time up top, and then I would go up and stand at 317, just kind of hover there for the rest of the game. So it was a cool thing. I mean, you're going in there, you're part of, like, you feel like part of the guys. You know what I mean? Like you're going there, you're just basically, you feel like you're like a healthy scratch who's never going to touch the ice, but like you're still part of the team at the same time.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
I think it's bullshit that there's no emergency
It's
backup
sad.
defense. I need an E-Bud. I need an emergency backup defenseman. I hang around the Kings a lot enough that maybe I could get in there, dude.
But it couldn't
Feel
be
like a
just
part of
one
the boys.
defenseman going down. They'd have to lose two. They'd have to go down to 4D.
Correct.
And then you get to come in and
Yeah.
be the 50.
I don't even need to come in. Just let me be like,
just be on the bench.
I want to be an E-Bud that's a healthy scratch. Like if two defensemen get hurt, I go in the press box.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. I don't even need to get on the ice.
Move from 317
Yeah.
to up top.
That'd be great.
That's incredible. Okay, dude. So the day in question, February 22nd, 2020, Hyman shoves Slavin into Rymer. And he plays. He plays like 3 more minutes.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm good. And then and one was a power play or whatever. First stoppage, he goes, I'm out. And you get the text.
Yep.
Right. So, what is it? Just you've done that before, so you're not tweaking yet? Or are you a little like, what's going on?
Do you, even when you get to that point, is the excitement crazy at that point no matter what? Or are you kind of like, this has happened before, it's not going to happen?
That's exactly what, and I was actually, so Reed Mitchell was my point of contact with the Leafs for the whole time, and he's an awesome dude. And so I text him first. I'm like, hey, it looks like Reimer's down. He goes, yeah, hold on 1 second. 2 minutes later, he texts me. He's like, yeah, come on down, get your stuff going. And Reed and I were awesome dude. And every single time he's like, hey, make sure you give us a couple, eh?
Yeah.
And he was just like a good dude. And I obviously didn't mean to give them a couple goals because, when I went in, they scored 2 right off the hop. And it wasn't my intention, obviously. But I was fine. Like, I was fine. And I texted him. I was just like, yeah, all right, come on down. And, same thing. Get down there. Your heart does race a little bit, but because it's the third time that year.
Sure.
And, you're just kind of like, I'm just going to go get dressed, watch the game on my phone, on my lap.
And are you
go
in the
home.
locker room? Like when you get dressed, do they say stay in the locker room or do you go sit on the bench?
You can't go on the bench, but in like a little room behind the visitors room. There's like an extra little locker room back there. So I got changed back there and just watched. I had my phone out and I was watching it on my phone on my lap.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden my buddies are texting me, you getting dressed? You getting dressed? And then those texts changed from, are you getting dressed to, holy shit, dude, you're going in. And I had no idea. I didn't even know I was going in. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Okay. So, cause then Mrazek gets run over. And so like you're not even aware of what's going on the ice so how do they come break the news to you? What happens in that moment?
Yeah.
Well, I talked to George, and he's the road equipment guy now, and he was the guy who went in for 7 seconds for Carolina before they put him in. So he was basically one of the Carolina's first emergency goalies. Again, he practices with those guys all the time. He's their equipment guy. So him and I were kind of just talking about it, and then he obviously left to go back out. And one of their PR guys, Pace, who was sitting with me, he just said they went in. I should put a good part in here because they gave me a jersey. It had 90. It had nothing on the back of it.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like, can someone take a picture of me with this jersey? This is cool.
100%.
Obviously, I wanted a picture with And then they come in, they're like, hey, give us your jersey. We're going to put your name on the back.
Unreal.
And I was just like, all right. And they didn't know anything of that, Mrazek was hurt yet or not. So they just took it, and they were the first team to put my name on the back of the jersey, sewed it on and everything.
That's awesome.
And so I get the jersey back, and I'm taking a picture of it and talking to one of their guys, and he leaves, comes back a couple minutes later, he goes, hey, put that jersey on. You're going in. I was like, are you shitting me right now? And he goes, no, for real. Like, take your time, but you're going in. Like, Mrazek just got run over, and I wasn't watching it, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I'm like, okay, let's go. And I get the excitement just builds. Like, you get so pumped about going in. Not nervous, though. I wasn't nervous. The funny thing is, I was never nervous the whole time. Actually, the only time I really got nervous was after I let 2 goals in.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you fucking suck right now. Like, pull it together. So that's when I started getting nervous. I'm like, please don't score another goal on me. This is going to be terrible. But going out to the ice, I wasn't nervous at all. I was excited. And then all of a sudden you see all the fans out there, and you're like, wow, like you're kind of starstruck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just all of a sudden figured you stepped on the ice and all the Canes guys were at the door waiting for me.
Yeah. I'm
you're just kind of like, wow, these guys are, I'm on the ice with the legit NHL guys in a game. Like, how's this going to go? And so you try and lock in, but you can't, there's no way you're going to lock in, not ready to play an NHL game, get thrown in there.
When you literally never have.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, so it's so hard to lock in for sure, but you just try and take it all in. And I remember the guy, their goalie coach, followed me all the way to the ice, basically telling me, stay square, don't go down too early. Like, he was just giving me all these tips on the way to the ice, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, I mean, I can remember how to play goal, but I was more worried about the people behind or out there are going to shoot on me. I was worried about them more so than I was worried about the guy giving me goalie tips behind me. So, it was awesome. I mean, like I said, they were all great. They were all pumped to see me go in. And so I go in there and shit the bed, 2 shots on 2 goals, 2 goals and 2 shots.
I mean, it's not really fair that John Tavares is the first shot that you get. I mean, like, Jesus, could it have at least been a grinder?
And he goes 5er, dude. Like, I saw you say he thought he was going high blocker. I'm like, I can't believe he goes 5-hole.
Yeah, it's fucked up. That's fucked up with toe drags, if we're being honest.
Yeah. And the hard part about that is that you practice with them every day, so you kind of get used to where they score on you.
Yeah.
It's not like I made many saves in practice, but like you get used to like, another blocker side shot for Tavares. So in the game, you see him with the puck, and you're like, oh man, it just flashes back to practice when he lights you up blocker side all the time. I mean, he can shoot anywhere, but I was just remembered him as a guy who beat me blocker side quite often. And so sure enough, he scores on me. But then Pierre Engvall scores a rebound goal, which I almost had, and I was pissed at myself for not getting that one. But then you saw his celebration. He's like got the hand up and the leg up, and so I remember the guys talking. I think it was another practice later on. They chirped him about how he had such a big celebration on one of his own goalies.
Dude, that is awesome. Such a good serve, dude. Okay, well, you said after 2 goals you were worried, but I'm kind of surprised. I know you weren't watching intently, but you obviously had a sense of where you were in the game. So coming in like as an emergency goalie with a minute left is a big difference between coming in with 30 minutes left in the game. Like, were you at all like, Jesus Christ, dude, like I'm playing so much of this game?
Especially in the second period. I'm like, when is this? I just want to get to the intermission.
Yeah.
I mean, when they stopped, they went to TV timeout, and I go to the side. I think I was after maybe even 2 goals went in, and I said to them, just get me to the intermission, man. Like, I just need to breathe for a second and reset myself here. And so they played so well in front of me. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I probably would have let in 8 goals, but Carolina played so well in front of me, and they got me there. So second intermission, I get off the ice, and Reimer's still half dressed.
Oh,
because they don't know what's happening with me.
Yeah.
So if I shit the bed, he was ready to go back in. And so he obviously didn't want to because his knee was all messed up. But like he said, well, if I have to go back in, I'll go back in.
Yeah.
But he sat beside me, and he was one of the main reasons why I kind of was able to settle down throughout that game. He just said to me, he's like, Dave, you're a goalie. Like, you know what you're doing. You know how to stop the puck. Try to, get rid of all the distractions, all the people, and just zone in and just lock in, play your game. And so that was huge for me to have a guy, of his caliber, a veteran goalie. I kind of, when he was in Toronto, I was watching a lot of him play and stuff like that. So to me, it was kind of a role model right then and there. He's like, this is my guy. He's got my back. And the rest of the team said the same thing. Like, hey, we don't care how many goals you let in. Have fun with it, man. This is your NHL game.
Yeah.
Go out there, enjoy it, right? So, and just to have them have my back. I said to them, I think I said, "You guys score one more goal, I'll shut the door and we'll win." And they just looked at me like, "Who the fuck's this guy?" So, but we did. Like they played so well in front of me, and and I just kind of shut the door, and
I mean,
that's how it went.
Dude, you got the win. Like it is like the first time ever in the history of decades of e-bugs, you got the win. How, obviously you got a million texts and calls from so many people, but we always like to joke when teams win the Stanley Cup, when you win something big, there is that moment of just chilling in the locker room that is so special. How much did you try to stay in that moment, getting back in the locker room after winning that game, like gassing beers in the shower, chilling? Like, was that truly all time?
Yeah, I did all the interviews afterwards, and the guys were kind of rushing me, like, "Hey, get back into the room." And so I was like, "Why are they rushing me for?" I mean, I honestly didn't think anything about the first star.
Yeah.
When I got off the ice, they had a big celebration on the ice with the guys, and I thought, all right, we're gonna go to the dressing room. I'm gonna get undressed, talk to the guys a bit, and then they're gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna go home. And so, obviously, you get off the ice and you're first star, and then I'm expecting the crowd to be empty, but most of them stayed there, and they kind of gave me a standing ovation, which was so cool.
Yeah.
Toronto crowd is really hard on a lot of their players and their team, but like it was cool to see them stick around, and they were cheering for me towards the end of the game, which was awesome. But then to go and do that interview on Hockey Night in Canada and get the towel, also huge for me, being a kid growing up and seeing everyone get that. And then going into the room, and those guys were all, ready with water bottles and spraying and stuff like that. Well, it was unreal. I had no idea that was ever going to be a thing, or I didn't think it was going to happen. And so, like, just to have that, and then those guys kind of just have I think it was a huge memory for them, just as much as it was a memory for me. Like, that's not a kind of a game that you really get a chance to play. Maybe, never in your career. And now I don't think, obviously there's no e-bugs anymore. So, some of those guys will never get a chance to do something like that. Obviously, I'll never get a chance to do something like that, but it was really cool to see them kind of come together as a team and celebrate with me.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even imagine. We're going to get into this in a second, but it is truly like storybook fairy tale stuff. We had Cujo on because he was one of the guys. There was a few goalies who never got scored on by Ovi. So there was like, there was a whole thing, and it was like 10 guys. We had Cujo on talking about that. And I was thinking about you, and I was like, man, you have an Austin Matthews save. Like that is actually so sick, dude.
Pretty special, dude. Couldn't crack him.
Yeah.
Couldn't crack him.
God damn, dude.
But it is like,
I think he shot it at the same way. Like, and he kind of does that in practice, where they kind of go low and then bump it, and he just goes short side on. He almost got me the first time, and the second time I was kind of waiting for it. But if he had a chance to rip one on me, I can guarantee you that was in. That guy is such an elite shooter, and it's unbelievable.
No.
You give him this much in practice, it's in the net. Like he's disgusting the way he shoots the puck. He's
dude,
so
you
good.
are one of the only guys who can get to dance on this grave. Like you have to stick to your guns. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. but like Chris just said, I mean, anytime someone hears the story, whenever you come up or a photo of you pops up and our friends who aren't as dialed into hockey ask about it, we tell the story and they're like, this is a movie. Of course, Hollywood execs felt the same way. It wasn't many days after this unbelievable moment that you start getting phone calls, you get brought into places, and all of a sudden you're telling this story to all of these execs and things like that. What was going through your head when this process was going on? All of a sudden, you're still trying to come down from the high of winning your first NHL game, and now all of a sudden, people are telling you they want to make this into a Hollywood production.
Yeah, that part was wild. I mean, that was crazier than the actual game, to be honest with you. Because at least when it's hockey, I know hockey. I grew up playing it. But when it comes to someone saying, "Hey, we want to make a movie about you and your life," and I'm like, "Oh, why?" That was my first instinct, was like, why? What is it? I get the fact that I just played in a hockey game, but it was more to it. Obviously, with my kidney transplant, and my dad passed away of cancer before I could, he could see me play, and he was my coach and my best friend and my goalie coach and all that kind of stuff. So it'd been awesome for him to be there. But when you get thrown into the fire, I mean, I went with CAA, and they said to us, "Hey, we've got like 27 different production companies that want to talk to you about doing a movie." I said, "Okay, well, how does that work?" And they're like, "Well, we just kind of listen to their pitches." And there was some pitches that lasted like 3 hours long. And then I knew, 10 minutes into it, that's not the direction I wanted to go.
Yeah.
But, you just kind of let them, give your pitch. And it was really cool to have that interest in the movie. And back then we settled with James Corden and Disney. We had a script and everything. And a lot of things changed. They changed within their company. And, so the movie kind of didn't go the way that I intended it to go. So we switched up a little bit. And me and a buddy of mine, Jim Tamburino from Long Island, we sat down and we wrote the script, and we wrote it in a gritty way. Like it wasn't just a Disney kind of Hollywood way. This was like an inspirational movie. It's going to hit home. There's a lot of stuff about physical and mental issues for people. Me as well, obviously. It's about my life, but I mean, the roller coaster that life can be, and how tough it can be at times, and how great it can be at times. So that's where we really zoned in on our script. Our script is awesome right now. We've got a director right now on it. So this is it's going to be a go. It's one of those things. I mean, you guys know how it is. It's a slow process until it's not, and then all of a sudden it just goes hard.
Yeah.
So
I mean, dude, it's amazing that like when something like this happens and all of a sudden people are telling you that they want to make it into a movie, and you're working with people like James Corden and Disney and CAA, it's all larger than life so often. Was it hard for you to see these iterations and hear these ideas and stick to your guns that, no, that's not the tone that I want this story to be, because that's not really how it was? Because you can so easily get lost in the glitz and glamour of just wanting something to be made and seeing, your name up on the big screen. What was that sort of emotional journey like to really kind of stick to your guns and say, no, I think this needs to be this way rather than another way that's not as genuine and authentic?
And that's the biggest thing for me. I think since day one, I said, to all the people that I listened to about their pitches, I said, I want it to be inspirational. This isn't just about hockey for me. I mean, lots of people get a chance to play hockey and different sports, but, my mom gave me a kidney to keep me alive. Like for me, that's one of the biggest things I want to get across, and, how hard it is and how much you got to work to get to your goals. Like this didn't just come easy for me, and it's a roller coaster, and you got to work hard. And if you keep working hard and you keep at it, I mean, you can achieve things more than you ever thought you were ever going to do. I never thought I was going to make it to NHL. I just wanted to get back and play hockey. So for me, when they wanted to say, hey, we want to, there was a couple scenes they wanted to make, especially in the Disney one when they were doing it, that just weren't the way I wanted to do it. Obviously, I was grateful that Disney jumped on board. That's a huge honor, obviously. But in the end of the day, the script it was a good script, I thought, and it just didn't work out the way it was. But the script that we have now, I think, is, like I said, I was the one who helped write it quite a bit. Like Jim and I went back and forth with the script for months before we even got it out there to the point where we were going to shop it to anybody. And so now we've probably done 8 or 10 different variations of it, and we've got it to a pretty good spot. And so we love the how real it is now, and how nothing in there is kind of fake. I mean, it's just how it went, and we kind of worked with how it went. And so I'm excited to see where we can go with this. As of right now, David Boreanaz is going to be our director, and he loves it. He's awesome. He's so passionate about sports and hockey, and
hell yeah,
such an awesome creative guy. Hopefully he sticks with it and we get it done. And so it'll be really cool once it's all done. It'll be a lot of hard work, but hopefully it inspires people when it comes out.
Absolutely.
Dude, well, that great word, because I give you so much credit. And I've obviously never read either script or anything, but I saw you had said that the Disney one was almost more like a comedy, like more comedic. And you were like, dude, this wasn't funny to me, really, when you look at the whole journey. And when I think about movies like Miracle, sports movies that we love, right? I laugh. Miracles has come really funny moments, but also it hits you emotionally more. That's the point.
I also
right?
cry every time.
Yeah, so. Exactly. And I give you a ton of credit because I can see, we've been in a million meetings with these movie execs where I can see the room turning it on you and kind of being like, well, this is a really light, funny thing that happened. Like, what a cool, I mean, the e-bug itself is a light, funny thing. Like the premise of that and the pro. So I can see the room going, oh, this is what I want you to do. And like Dan said, you having the courage to stick up for yourself against Disney, or anybody that big, and going, I want this to be inspiration. If the way to get there is authenticity and real, then so be it. But that is what I would want to get out of this movie, is inspiration. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped that you guys dug in and made that happen.
Agree, man. It's very, very exciting.
That's the huge part for me is like just I want it to be real. I mean, that's like you said, it's hard when you have huge companies that have big names and stuff. It's not that I really had to fight back against them. I just said to the guy writing it, who is an awesome guy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
really smart and really good at his job. And they were just asking him to change a few things, and he came up and stayed with me for a while, and he really wrote a good thing. And they just were, hey, can we like maybe tweak this a little bit and maybe tweak this a little bit? And at the end of the day, I just wasn't, I didn't really agree with some of the stuff, and they wanted certain things, and I wanted certain things, and it just didn't work out the way that it did. And like I said, I'm grateful for Disney jumping on board, and James Corwin and his crew all jumped on board, and they were so good. But like now it's just different, man. Like you'll see when it comes out, you'll just, like you said, it's going to be real and it's going to be authentic, and that's the way I want it to be. It doesn't, I don't need it to be some superstar film, but if someone turns on Netflix and says, hey, you know what? I've always wanted to do this with my life, and I had a medical issue, and now I don't feel like I can do that. And they turn around and watch my movie and say, hey, like this guy did this. I don't know anything about hockey, but this guy played, in the NHL after having kidney transplant. Then I'm just like, that's it. That's why I wanted to make this movie.
Yeah.
It's for people like that. So someone turns something around in their life and says, hey, I'm going to do this. I watched this movie. This guy did it, and that's real. I'm going to go do that now. And, who knows what they can do with their life. So.
That's so sick, dude.
Yeah, I love it.
Can you tell us, are you allowed to say what the status is? Like, are you guys script done shopping right now, or where are we at?
We just finished a trailer, like a little sizzle reel.
Sweet.
And so they're going to start putting that out, I think, pretty soon. I believe CAA Finance has a hold of it.
Yeah.
They've got the script, and they're really looking to get it done. But yeah, script's done, and then we just got to obviously, shop it out and attach some actors to it, and hopefully get at it.
I love it, dude.
There you go.
That is so awesome.
There you go.
So that's the update on the Hollywood stuff. But tell us a little bit about what else you got going on. I wanted to hear about the NPHL stuff. That looked so awesome. And obviously, I know you do a ton of public speaking engagements, like inspirational speaking and stuff like that. So I want to hear all the other things you got cooking.
Yeah, so we're actually they're actually doing a documentary about emergency goalies too.
Oh, no shit.
Kevin Foley is the director. He's another awesome guy. We filmed like a trailer for that, and then they sold that off. And I'm not 100% sure where it is. The last I talked to him, he said he thinks HBO is picking it up.
That's amazing, dude.
And that's strictly about emergency goalies. So all the guys that actually got a chance to get in as emergency goalies, they're all going to be part of that too. So that's really cool. That's probably going to come up before the movie comes up.
Yeah.
That one's awesome. In the senior hockey league around here, man, like that thing's growing. Like those guys, there's some good hockey players. Like Rob Schremp played there. Brandon Pruss played in the league that I was in. And so those guys are good hockey players, and they're bringing good talent towards to that game. It's just Canada has so many good hockey players, and some guys that just finished playing overseas or in the AHL, like they're just jumping on board into this league, and they're it's competitive, it's good. Some guys get paid, like it's and they're really trying to grow it here. I think they're expanding it now this year. I don't even know how many teams are in the league, maybe 30 across Ontario. So there's a lot of teams in this, and it's fun to play. I'm old. I don't know if I could do one more year, but I've had a few teams ask me if I want to do one more year. I try and stay in shape, but like at some point as a goalie, your body just says no thanks. But
especially for you goalies,
we'll see
man.
about that.
I can't believe it.
Exactly.
Like sometimes it's like, God, you guys are all over the place.
yeah. Your knees and your hips are just like having no part of it. But like the competitive spirit inside of me is just like keep going, man. Like go until you can't.
Yes.
And so when I coach goalies and stuff like that, I tell them the same thing. Like, and even when I was working at the university, there was a couple of guys at the university. It was like, oh, I guess my hockey career is over. I'm not making it to the AHL or the coast. I'm like, go play in Europe. Like, go have fun, man. Like, go experience what it's like to play in Europe. I mean, there's some really cool leagues over there. And so those guys go and do that. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to play until basically I can't. So.
Dude, you are preaching to the choir, buddy.
To
I'm in 1,000 beer leagues, and every night it's like my fiance is like, "Dude, do you want to have dinner together once or another 10:30 puck drop?" And I'm like, "Another 10:30 puck drop, actually." So yeah, dude, till the wheels come off.
Those are hard. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the speaking engagement stuff, I love to do that. I've done a lot of things at different charity events. I did a really cool one in Vegas for a company that actually makes the medication that I take.
Oh, no way.
No way.
Yeah, which is awesome. They're from North Carolina. They called me and said they were trying to do it for years. Obviously, COVID shut everything down, and so I ended up going down there for their year-end convention, and I kind of spoke there, and it was kind of cool for me. Obviously, they're making stuff that keeps me alive, and to hear somebody like me who's like kind of help them. Sometimes at work you kind of feel stale,
Yeah.
and you're just like, dude, should I be here? And I think for them, a lot of them came up to me afterwards and they said, hey, like, now I can see where the hard work I'm doing at work goes to. Someone like you to keep you alive, to allow you to do things that you never thought you were going to be able to do. So for me, that's the speaking engagement stuff is really cool. I've had people come up to me, not even just during speaking engagements, there's people that have come up to me during like autograph signings and stuff and say, hey, like, your story is so cool. I drove 4 hours just to come and see you. I had a girl in Saskatchewan. I did a signing after a Saskatchewan Rush lacrosse game, and she came up to the line, and the security cut her short of the half an hour lineup.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw her back there kind of crying. And I said, one second, I'm going to walk over to this girl. And she was talking to security. I'm like, are you okay? She's like, I just had a kidney transplant. I don't know, it was a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And she goes, the only reason why I came to this game was so I could meet you. And so for me, that was massive. Like I just, kind of gave her a hug, and I was just like, I was just like, that's so awesome that you came here. And she goes, you know what, to be honest, I didn't think a couple of months ago that I was even going to live, and I didn't really have the will to live. And then she said, I saw your story, and then, I had to come here and meet you. So for me, those are the things that are huge. That's what it's all about for me.
Dude, 1,000%. It must. I was going to ask you, how long it took for the game itself to soak in when you finish and you get to be with the boys, but then you're like, holy shit, that really happened. But honestly, it's the whole journey. The game is a part of that, but it's the whole journey, dude. Like it must be so cool to think. I don't know if you're a nervous public speaker or not, but I was going to say, like, the nerves you have at the rink, it's like you're actually impacting even more people now with those stories and the public speaking and stuff you do, because so many people look at you like a role model and an inspiration, and that must hit even harder.
Yeah, I'm an excited public speaker.
Yeah,
Sometimes
me
I gotta
too.
reel it back a little bit because I want to tell my story. I want to get it out there. I want people to hear it and stuff like that, and I want somebody to be inspired by it. So I just kind of thinking in my head, okay, reel it back a second here, Dave. But the thing is, it's just one of those things that you want to get the story across. You want to get the point across. It's like, hey, you can do whatever you need to do in lifetime as long as you put your heart to it and put your mind to it. You can get past a lot of the obstacles that you get past, right? So. For me, it's a huge journey. The day that I saw you guys, actually, I had a guy message me on Instagram, funny enough, and he goes, hey, my mom gave me a kidney transplant. Just curious if there's anywhere that I could send a card or one of your cards to get signed. So I text him back. Funny enough, I'm an hour away from Raleigh. I'm going to the game tonight. So if you want to meet me outside, I'll come meet you. Sure enough, I go and meet the guy.
Dude.
And so I spent the game with him outside, him and his brother and his buddies.
Way.
Right there. Yeah, so I hung out with them outside that game that night, and it was just super cool for me because, that guy got a kidney transplant from his mom, and so did I.
Yeah.
And he, we're both we're still living, we're out here and enjoying each other. So for me, it's that was awesome to hang out with him. He goes, you don't have to hang out with us. I'm like, man, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
You just had a kidney transplant from your mom. This is cool. To me, that's cool.
Yes.
So, I love that.
That's an all-time story. That's so awesome.
It's so awesome. The whole story is so incredible, and there's so many cool things that come from it and so many cool things that you're doing. So it's just so exciting to hear how you're kind of, keeping the spirit of what you went through alive, helping other people, and then telling these great stories. It's so awesome. And you're the best for giving us all the time that you have, dude. We loved having you on. We definitely got to get you on more often and chop up a bunch of stuff about this. But before we cut you loose and let you go, is there anything that you want to let the people know about, anything you've got going on, or any charities, stuff like that you want to spread the word about?
Yeah, I do a lot of stuff for the Kidney Foundation. The one thing that I'm really proud of, obviously going through a lot throughout my life, I just started kind of an apparel line, which is this one, Fragile Strength, which to me means, you got to have the strength in all the fragile times in your life, which, was basically how I went about things. So I'm just firing up my website and got all the apparel ready to go for that. So that's going to be a fun thing for me, obviously, just to kind of, like I say, when I'm going out and speaking and going places, people have that fragile strength in their life to move on and do great things. So that's why I kind of started my apparel line just for that, for people that are going through a tough time that know that they can get through.
What's the website?
It's on Instagram right now. My website's not fully up. It's called Fragile Strength Apparel.
Okay.
And that's it's on Instagram. I just opened that up. My website should be ready to go. I'm going to guess this week with all the apparels
Okay.
set up and ready to go. I got some demo stuff, which is really cool. So it'll be ready to go in a week or two. Should have it up and running. But hopefully, it inspires people.
Dude, text us when that gets up, because we'll post that up there, and sure. Get the message out with you. That'd be awesome. I'm definitely getting some.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah, it's cool. So I got a bunch of hats and hoodies and t-shirts and all that cool stuff. So I did it all basically kind of on my own, I'm not a huge techie guy. I've had some help from some friends of getting stuff going and the design and everything. But at the end of the day, it just trying to help people, get inspired and move on with their lives and do awesome things. So.
I love
Perfect message.
I love it. Well, dude, DA, you're the best. Thanks for popping on with us.
Thanks,
we said, when that gets going, let us know, and also we'll get you back on the show here soon.
Right on. Appreciate it, guys. This is awesome.
Of course,
dude,
bro. Thank you.
Massive thank you to David Ayres. Awesome chat with that homie. What a great story.
Dude, he is the man. And I can't wait to have him back on. I love how he's an Ontario boy and has love for the Leafs and all that, but he's embraced the Canes.
Yep.
Because they've been great to him, and he's got the Charlotte place and all that stuff. But he is a beauty, and I feel so lucky we got to meet him. That was great.
Yeah, unbelievable. All right, going to take a quick ad break, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. We talk about mental health all the time. It's so amazing to chat about because it is a huge, huge issue in our world, and we need more people to be more open to talking about these things, and BetterHelp is an amazing way to do that and to get the help that you need. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally. It's unbelievable, and it works. Has an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 stars with all of their live sessions based on 1.7 million client reviews. It's unbelievable. So if you feel like you need to talk through some things, solve anything that's going on with your life, whether it be money issues, relationship issues, anything, they've got so many therapists who are great with handling various things. You can do the therapist match to find who is right for you. It's fantastic. So you should check that out right now. Do not let the stigma stand in the way of support. Start therapy with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/netters. That's betterhelp.com/NETTERS. All right, we are back, and now we're going to jump into a quick powers rankings. We were talking about this with someone the other day. We're going to do powers rankings of our favorite chips.
The G-Coat.
Favorite chip.
Greatest chip
flavor.
of all time.
And in honor of Grant being here, we're going to let him start. How many should we do?
3.
3 powers ranking.
Snake draft.
Snake draft 3. Your favorite chip flavors.
Yep.
Let it rip.
Okay. Gotta go Doritos Cool Ranch, number 1. And just banging chip.
So I have a question, Dan.
Yep.
Do I have to, obviously with the Doritos one, yes, you're going to do that, but do you give the brand too? Do you say specifically this chip?
You can.
Okay.
I think I'm going to.
Okay.
I think it's bullshit if you take one specifically.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not bullshit. That's the way this works. If something gets removed and it's just a general flavor, but I think you should be specific out of honor.
Okay. So incredible hammer to start. You knew Doritos Cool Ranch was coming in this list. I did not think it was going to be 1. So that's your G-Code, dude. That's your greatest chip of all time.
That is my greatest chip of all time. I think it never fails.
I will give you that. I was ready. I have that one in the holster at some point and would have been proud and honored to say it because it does never fail. You like that more than any other Dorito.
I like that more than any other Dorito. Yep. Any other chip.
Okay. Dan.
I have an opportunity to murder you here.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I'm going to do it. I'm taking salt and vinegar.
Which is in fact the G-Coat.
I think
and
salt
you made a great choice, Grant, but unfortunately the G-Coat is salt and vinegar.
I think salt and vin is the best, and I'm going to take Cape Cod salt and vinegar. That is my go-to.
Ooh, okay.
Cape Cod salt and vinegar is goated.
That is an incredible answer. All right, I have 2 back-to-back here, which is interesting. For my first one, I am going to go Ruffles, sour cream, and cheddar.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
I think that chip really had a coming out party in the last few years.
Everybody loves that chip now.
You're saying they're changing the new chip technology.
Yes, dude, chip technology is improving every year. Sprinters are getting faster every year. We're stronger, we're faster, we jump higher, and we make better chips.
Okay.
A Ruffles sour cream and cheddar. Now, this is where the boat gets rocked, as they say, because you two are going to be appalled by this. But I actually just don't know which one to say, because there are two of these that I love so much.
Okay.
And I'm now going to sound like a freak considering I just said sour cream and cheddar as 3, but my 4 is sour cream and onion. I love that chip so much.
It's a very good one.
I'm between the Lay's and the Pringles.
Yeah.
Okay. Both tremendous sour cream and onion entries into the contest. Give me the Lay's. Lay's sour cream and onion 4.
Fantastic. I am now going to go all dressed.
I knew you were going to do that.
All dressed, and it's tough because I think I want, like, what's tough is the Lay's all dressed that we have here is not quite as good as the Canadian all dressed, but it's still pretty good.
Yes, it is.
And Old Dutch is really good too, but I am going to say Lay's. I'm going to say Lay's all dressed.
Isn't there, who else makes a really good one?
Ruffles makes a very good all dressed.
Yeah,
but I don't love a Ruffles chip. I like chips being more of a crisp.
What about the Ruffles sour cream and chip?
I mean, they're amazing. I'm just like, a wavy chip is not my favorite chip.
Yeah. Okay, Grant, 2 in a row here for you, dude.
Yep. So let's see. I'm definitely I think it counts as a chip. Can I take hot Cheetos as a chip?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I was ready for some bullshit to come out of your mouth when you said, does this count as a chip? Of course,
I mean,
Cheetos counts as a chip.
It is a chip, but it doesn't feel like a chip. You know what I mean? It's in the chip family.
Yep.
I would say. And then my number, I've been thinking about this, guys, literally the entire podcast too, by the way. I want you to know this. I was trying to decide. All right, that my number 3, definitely going solid. Can I count the Schneider's pretzels that are like flavored chips?
Oh, fuck. Those
Damn.
are
Does that count?
gas.
Damn.
But actually,
No.
I think no.
No? Okay.
I'm not
That's a
allowing
pretzel.
that.
It's inherently
Okay,
a pretzel.
I'm not allowing
But
that.
dude, those are so good.
Yeah.
Those are
They're
impossibly good.
So good. All right. So then with that out of the equation, I'm going to take the Takis.
Okay.
That's my number 3.
Okay, yeah. So that you're going Cheeto. It was hot Cheetos. Too?
Hot Cheeto, yep.
Hot
Hot Cheeto.
Cheetos and Takis. Similar entries there.
Yep,
Honestly,
very similar.
Grant's got a type.
Yeah.
I do have type.
Yeah, I'm gonna get roasted for this. I am dead ass here.
Here we go, dude. Here we go. I was thinking Grant had the bullshit. It's actually Dan.
My next one is prawn cocktail.
Fuck off, dude.
Come
Dan
on.
wants shrimp cocktail chip, dude.
So my pretzel can't count, but the shrimp cocktail.
It's a chip.
Okay.
Pringles or Walker's prawn cocktail is
Dan,
one of the best chips I've ever had.
You don't have to chase clout so hard.
I know,
dude.
I know.
That's the most Dan ass chip I've ever.
I know. That's why I said I'm gonna get chips.
Dan loves a jalapeno. Like this
love
should have
also
been a jalapeno.
Cape Cod jalapeno.
Yeah, incredible.
So good.
Incredible.
So good.
Wait, I fucked
If
up
I
the
got
chip.
5, I would have done it, but I wanted to get prawn cocktail in there.
Can I make a? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Can I change the chip entry?
Sure.
Is that, or is it once it's written, it's done?
No, I'll allow this.
No,
but
I
this
won't
is
allow
suspect.
it. We can do a quick honorable mention at the end.
Okay. The honorable mention.
Yeah.
Okay, can I jump to that, or do you want to?
No.
Okay.
No, you can't jump to it.
Yeah,
because
I
Chris
can't
might
do-
be able to take it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, my last one is. Do you know what it's going to be?
No.
You could know. You of all people could know. I'm going Fritos flavor twist honey barbecue.
Those are very.
Do you know what
good.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I
People
literally
love
shout
those.
out Ben Barrett because we were talking about this a while ago, and he was like, "You know what the greatest road trip chip is?" And I said, "Fritos flavor twist honey barbecue," and he was like, "Yes." It's the only time I ever eat them when I'm stopping at a gas station on the way to load up with some snacks. They're always there. They are incredible. And it just makes me feel safe. Like nothing bad will ever happen to me, and wherever I'm going is going to be amazing just by
that's
eating
great
one of
for you,
those.
bro. I love
Incredible chip. They had a on my last trip to SF for the World Cup game. I went in to get a bag, and they had flavor twist honey barbecue, and they also had flavor twist spicy dill.
Yeah.
And I got those, and they were also great. Not as good, but also great. Honorable mentions. Grant.
All right. Tostitos scoops. I don't know how I fucked this up on not adding this to the original list.
That is one of the worst picks I've ever heard in my entire life.
That could not be more wrong,
Bro picked a just generic chip tortilla chip.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And it's great. Every time it's fantastic.
It's like, sure, it's a good vessel for other.
Do you
but
like
are
those?
you eating those things plain?
That's what I'm
yeah.
asking.
Oh, yeah.
You are. That is brutal.
Why just eat regular Fritos?
That's a bad pick.
Honorable mention, Cape Cod barbecue.
Yeah, very
Tremendous.
good.
And jalapeno. Pretty much any kind.
Yeah, I mean jalapeno, Cape Cod jalapeno, I absolutely love. I'm also gonna go ahead and say, I mean, we covered some pretty good bases here. I mean, ketchup is great, but that's very similar to all dressed. But it's different.
I'm happy with the list too, but I'm really excited about the comment section to see what we left
Me too.
out.
I'm also I want you all. I'm gonna get prawn cocktail and bring it in, and you're gonna go, shit, this is great.
Unbelievable.
I just still think that's a Dan ass chip.
That's what
It's
I'm
a
saying,
Dan ass
dude.
shit. So I said I'm gonna get roasted. I know I'm gonna roast. I'm not trying to win the list here, but it's my list.
But it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not your third favorite chip.
It is.
No, it isn't. I cannot wait to strap. I'm gonna have Edge buy us a lie detector and then strap you into it and then have you say that the prawn cocktail is your third
There.
favorite.
If we had a lie detector in this office, I think
should get
we
one.
would change as a company fundamentally.
Oh my god, dude! Just strap it on people while they're having conversations amongst each other.
Oh my
Yikes.
god. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
tough stuff. Let's get quickly into strange behavior.
Yes.
This is a game where we are all going to share with each other something weird that we have done in the past or currently do. And then we will discuss it. And the other two will decide if that behavior is real or fake.
And I would like to make a request.
Okay.
I would like to go last because I have one prepared, but having neither of you have revealed your strange behaviors, but the way you are talking about them makes me feel like my answer is not good enough.
Fair enough.
So
I
I'd
will
like
go
to hear
first.
how yours are, and then maybe you need to reassess.
Here is my strange behavior.
Yep.
Ready? When I was a preteen, I used to steal money from my mother's wallet to buy lotion to put on my legs because I was concerned that it was the only reason that my legs were not growing hair as fast as my other friends, and it made me feel inferior.
So you wanted hairy legs. That was the issue.
All of my friends in baseball and soccer and hockey were getting hairy legs as they were going through puberty, and my legs were bare.
And you believed that the lotion was an insta hair grow.
I looked at my legs and I determined that the dryness of them was the reason that they weren't sprouting enough hairs. So I began stealing money from my mother to buy lotion because I was also too embarrassed to ask, could you buy me lotion?
Yes.
Well, then because you would have to explain why in the
Yeah.
world you wanted this lotion.
Because I'm a hairless bitch.
Yes. They would have thought, surely he wants this lotion to masturbate.
Yeah. And then, dude.
But I was like, that is actually not the case.
Yeah. And if there's a
Are you
little
sure?
left over to masturbate, so be it.
Yeah, come
You
on.
know,
What are we
Win-win.
so be it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
That is sad. That's not even strange behavior, Dan. That is sad behavior. You are making me sad.
I appreciate your sympathy.
Yep.
It was a difficult time for me.
Do you still do this secretly?
No. I am a diligent
Your
lotioner.
legs are looking very shiny right now.
Yeah,
Dan.
I lotion heavy, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, he does.
My
Yeah, this
skin-
really
So that's why you're so
rubbed off
hairy.
on you,
Yeah,
pun
yeah,
intended. I believe that this is real. This sounds like Dan, there's not a thing that Dan Powers could say to me about him and lotion that I wouldn't believe.
That's a crazy ass statement.
Literally, he would
That's
be
a
like,
crazy ass statement.
I do this with lotion, and I would go, okay.
This is a puts the lotion on the skin
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Oh, this
That's
is a
what I
yes.
What do you think, Grant?
I just knowing Dan and knowing how Dan operates, how he move. I know
How
the
he
way
moves.
he moves, and we're sitting at the table. How he moved 10 toes down.
Yeah.
I think that shit is real as fuck. I think you definitely are doing that.
Okay. So you guys are saying real.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
This strange behavior is unfortunately real.
Very true.
That was the real.
Very
yeah.
true.
I did in fact do this, and let me tell you what, guys. Eventually, I grew hair on my legs. We will never know if it was because of the lotion or not.
Good point, actually.
Yeah.
You know what? Very good point.
But I was convinced.
Yeah.
I just distinctly remember looking down at my dry ass skin on my legs, and I went, "That's the only reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason." So I began lotioning my legs like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Dude.
That is awesome, dude.
That was a hard time, man.
Yeah.
Did mom
there
ever
was a
find
good-
out?
What?
Did mom ever
That
catch
I was
you or find
stealing
out?
money from her?
And how much were you stealing?
Not that much. Like
Dan?
I listen. I wasn't buying top of the line shit. I was going like Jergens.
Where were you getting it? How old were you? You couldn't go to the store on your own. You're 12.
Yeah, it was like I would take it, and then when I'd be like riding around downtown York Beach, there were shops that I could buy lotion at.
Oh, give me that lotion.
I was like, I
got 3 singles.
Let me get your best St. Ives.
No. I only have $3. I was only pulled $3 out of mom's purse.
Give me the Vaseline then.
What's the horrible bosses thing when he's with Jamie Foxx when he's what do you know what I'm
Motherfucker
talking
Jones?
about? Yeah, but you know what he's like, and he robs from his mom, but he's telling that story.
Yeah, he says, I'll just reach my hand. And they're like, no, motherfucker. And he's like, into her purse. And I fucked her good. He says, I fucked my mom.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
And they're like, what?
That's how I got the name
Motherfucker
Jones.
He just robbed her.
No. Okay, dude, great.
Are you ready, or would you like Grant?
No, Grant, go ahead.
All right. I had a couple. I had a long diatribe about this. And I just, little inside note for this that makes it even better. I have my family literally sitting off to
Grant's
the...
dad is literally
my dad is sitting right there.
Yeah.
Just a few inches away. But that made me think long and hard about the information that I was going to share. But I still think I'm going to share this. I had one that was really annoying. That I was like, okay, I might do this one. But when I was a kid, and I would like, you're a kid, you playing around, you kind of get roughhouse a little bit, you hit your head or whatever, all this stuff. And after I would get my head knocked a little loose, I would sit there and think I was going to lose brain cells. Like I thought brain cells were going to fall
literally out of your head.
Out of my head, or I thought it was going to be mushed in some way. And I was like very worried that any sort of head, I was like, oh, CTE is a real thing. They were telling us about it on school all the time. Like I was so scared about like I was going to lose my brain cells. So I would take my fingers and put them underneath my eyes like this.
Okay.
And the back of my head, trying to make sure my skull was okay. So I would go like
you
this.
really try to fill the inside of your skull?
I would try to fill the inside of my skull as a way to make sure it was okay. So I would literally, now Locks does this, you guys know, or if you guys know, he does this thing all the time. But I would literally fill the inside of my skull trying to make sure it was okay. And I would sit there and I'd be like, please make sure my head's okay. Please make sure my head's okay. And I'd have to say it like 5 times to make sure my brain was like still intact.
So even if you hit the back of your head, for example,
Yes.
The fuck?
and you were like, brain cells are spilling out. Did you think brain cells only fell out of your eye sockets? Or
it was the only way that I could like grip my skull. I would still feel around my skull, you know what I mean? To,
like where the bump was. You'd
Yeah,
be like,
where
okay,
the bump
and then
is.
you'd be like,
Yeah.
let me just-
And I'd, like, make sure it's
How
not-
old is the oldest you were when this was happening?
Dude, I did this at one point. I'm dead ass. It's going to sound crazy when I say this out loud. I did this at like a party when I was like probably about like 17, 18 years old. Like I hit my head. I was a little drunk. I fell. And I was like, oh shit, hold up. Like,
My skull.
let me just check my skull.
And that was
Let me
the last
possibly
time.
gouge my own eyes out to make sure my skull is okay.
And that was the last time for sure.
That was the last time for sure. Yeah. That I remember.
This feels entirely too specific to be fake.
Yes, that is 100% Dan. If this is fake, then I need to feel my skull to make sure I'm not living in a fucking simulation, considering Grant has the power to make that story up.
Correct. So we're going to say that this is real.
Yep.
100% real. Yeah.
you-
Absolutely 100% real.
Grant, do you believe that you prevented brain cell loss by doing that? To this day, do you believe right now I have more brain cells in my head than I would have if I hadn't been doing that?
Depends on the day, I would say. I mean, you guys have known me and seen me. I think some days I'm like, oh, yeah, my brain's working perfectly fine. And some days I'm like, well, could have had a couple, slip out the back there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm
Holy
actually
moly.
concerned that you didn't keep it up now. Now that I'm hearing all of this out loud, I'm like, you might have to continue doing that.
I don't know if there's a direct correlation between the smoking and drinking that I started doing in my later years, or that lost brain cells, or it was the natural causes.
Yeah.
And
we may never know.
We may never know, but I might do it. Next time I buzz the old tower, I might just make sure we're good there.
Yeah.
How deep in the eyes are we talking?
I mean, dude, I would stick him like I'm right underneath. I'm underneath my eyeballs right now.
I need you to stop doing it. Please, I hope to God you don't do that anymore. And,
I don't know.
And let's not start again because this might unlock new behaviors.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna just say the one that I was gonna say.
Okay.
When I turned 16 and got a car and started driving around with my friends, you had to get gas. You would get gas at gas stations.
Why'd you get a southern accent when you said with my friends?
Because that's how I felt when I got my car.
Okay.
I felt southern.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I owned a car and I was from the South. And I was pumping gas. And do you guys do the stop at zero thing? Like, do you try to
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and you try to stop it right on zero, or do you just slowly creep up to the zero?
Dude, no, I obsessively try to hit zero.
Are you not filling your tank up fully?
No, I'm hitting that. He's talking about on the round dollar.
Yeah.
Like every single time you're like, I gotta fill it.
Like I don't.
You just go till it clicks.
Yeah, I go until the gas tank is full.
And then do you go
oh, I top off hard.
Yeah, top off hard.
So what in your top off, are you just aiming at a number? Are you going to
No,
click
I
the
top
next
off
zero?
until it clicks again.
Okay, so you go boom and it clicks, and then you boom and then it clicks the second time, and you're like, I'm done.
I go boom, I click a third time.
You click 3 times.
I'll go up to 6.
3 clicks is crazy.
You are going to be swimming in gasoline.
I will go
man.
up to 6 clicks.
Your
I want the
car-
gas literally leaking out the top of the tank.
Might swerve away on a wave of gasoline.
It says, do not top off, brother. I am topped off heavy at the gas station.
There are
Give
gas
yourself a
stations.
little shower, dude.
Heavy, topped off heavy.
Gas stations all across LA are on fire right now because of Dan Powers.
So Grant, when yours clicks the first time, do you then aim at a zero, or you don't even get to the click? You're aiming at a zero.
No, I on the I top it off as well, and then I aim for a zero.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and I would say he is in the majority. That would be my guess.
Yep.
Most people
Top off, or they click
aim for
and
then they
try
aim
to,
for the
yeah.
zero.
Yeah.
And that was, I feel like our dad would do that. Maybe he was kind of just like making it a game for us when I was little. But then I got a car and I was getting my own gas, and I was like, I got to do that.
Can I be honest with you?
Yep.
It is the most fucking you thing of all time. That I introduced a new game that was meant to be a literal sentence of something that you do, and we are now on minute 9 of you telling a story.
Yes.
So for the next strange behavior, why don't you get it out of your fucking mouth so we can move on?
I eat worms.
It's great. Would have been better than this.
So I was trying to get a zero in front of some friends, and I overshot it. You know, it was like 05, and they in the back seat were like, "You loser," and I was embarrassed. So I was like, "Dude, I don't go for zero. You loser." I always think of the next important sporting event in my life as a fan, whether it's like Bruins, Celtics, Red Sox, and then I get the gas to a number of a player on that team for luck. So then I shot it to like whatever the number was. I can't remember what it was that day.
So your solution to your embarrassment was, oh, no, I don't go for
autistic.
zero. I have autism.
Yeah. and I have done that with every gas pumping since.
Yeah.
23 years later, every gas pumping, I find a player on a team I really like and pump the gas till the cent is aligned with their number.
So, all right. So, Grant, I don't know what's worse.
Are you checking to see if your skull's okay? It looks like you're getting close.
I don't know what is worse. The journey that we just went on to hear that whole story.
It was important. It was important context.
Potentially being fake. Or him actually doing this because of an embarrassing moment that happened to him when he was 16 years old.
I want to say
Both are so bad.
Dude, I will say, after saying Chris, I could totally see like the stress and his like the embarrassment stress, and then the idea of like he had the whole thing with Sandra, after somebody hits a number the third time on the craps table, that's just their number and that is aligned with them, and then they're going to be successful with that number for the rest of the time. And he believes that like wholeheartedly with his entire just bone, body, skin, everything. I 100% believe that's real.
Like 100%.
100%
Real.
no doubt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Ping, Ray Bork, ping, Pedro Martinez. ping, Tom Brady. Any number we need, dude. Sometimes if my team needs a win, I get gas just for shits. I don't even need gas. I have 3/4 tank. I go get a little bit, drop it on 12 before the kickoff. Patriots win, baby. We did it.
Unbelievable.
I did it.
This is the ultimate degenerate gambler thing ever. Like,
unbelievable. I also love how on our first strange behavior, everyone went real.
Yeah.
We went with a real stupid story.
we all just had to confess this shit out, dude. This is therapy.
This is good. It's therapeutic. It is.
Thank you, BetterHelp. Thank you, BetterHelp.
Man, that is the fact that you've been doing that for 20 plus years is...
Dude, sometimes Dan,
sometimes
sometimes I miss the guy.
Yeah,
like I'm going for Pedro.
and then you go like this.
46,
I have just destroyed the future of that franchise.
I have to think of the next Red Sox number.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh fuck, and then I'm like, wow, okay, that guy's 53. Like, just and then I'm topping off. Sometimes I'm pouring gas out on the street just to get to the number.
Good God Almighty! Also, remember when we were younger and you didn't have enough money and you'd be like, I can only fill up $20 worth of gas.
Yeah.
Even if you went to like 2006, you were like this. I will never financially recover. from that.
Yes, it.
He was sweating.
Dude, out the
like
pennies.
going
I'm
slightly
taking out
over,
the
you're
pennies.
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, this is so bad.
I just also, what I was going to say earlier is like, I wonder how many times, like how much time is he sitting there to think of that next player?
Yeah.
Like, is there minutes going by and the
It's
guy's
whole,
like,
get in
come
the
on.
fucking car, dude. We
It's
have
the
to
whole
leave.
pump, Grant. It's the whole pump.
Also,
As it's
This
going,
is
I'm
fucking
like,
Rain Man. The numbers are just going.
Actually, I was about to say you were too young for this, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe in the South it was
Okay.
more lenient for longer. But there was a long period of time when we were growing up where you would literally drive up to the pump, fill up your tank, and then go inside and go, hey, I just put $45. Here's $45.
I have seen that.
Like
out,
you could
yeah,
pump
like out,
before paying when we were younger.
It was incredible.
And
dude.
but
the
there
gas
were
thing
those
was just
times,
on.
like, dude, when we were young, we only had cash on us.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even have a debit card yet.
Yeah.
And I'd be like this, I got $20, and you'd miss, and you'd go like 2006, and you'd be like, and you'd like walk inside or like dig through your change drawer in your car and be like, I fucking hope I have 6 cents
Yeah,
in here. When in reality, you would probably go in and be like this, I accidentally put, and they'd be like, just give me your $20 and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, please leave. Thank you for paying at all.
Holy shit. All right. Well, fantastic strange behavior. You are a psycho. You are a psycho. I am a psycho. That's fantastic.
What was yours again?
The lotion on the lens.
It puts the lotion on
This
its
kid is
skin.
robbing mom, dude.
I was just stealing from mom.
Fuck you.
I know. Dad would have found out.
Yeah, yeah,
Mom
correct.
Never would have thought that I could do something
Yep.
so terrible.
Correct.
Okay, should we wrap things up with a little Celsius chat and then a beer league hotline?
Dude. Huge. Is this the right way?
Yeah, sure is.
Huge shout out to the fellas and ladies at Celsius.
Dude.
For an all-time empty netters, who's next, Dr. Locke's glue guy session. Couple of these in the morning on Friday, this past Friday, got us going. And then bang, off to SoFi we went. How is SoFi so sick? I forgot.
It's such an unbelievable stadium. I can't even begin to describe.
outrageous. A World Cup quarterfinal. Spain, Belgium. After Belgium body bagged us,
Yeah.
we had to go defend our honor and say, you will be knocked out by España.
Yeah.
And then we went all decked out, same jerseys, same shirts, Viva España, rolled out of the office, Celsius head to toe, and they gave us a treat, a real treat, one of the most fun days I have had in a minute. Because, dude, we posted up in that stadium and packed house, heavy Spanish. It was kind of hard to tell because their colors are so similar, which fan was which, but I felt like it was a heavy Spanish crowd, agree?
Yeah.
So we were with our brothers and sisters of Spain, just giving it everything we had. Unreal seats, right at midfield, like first row of that upper deck. Perfect view for soccer, by the way.
Dude, there's nothing more to say other than the World Cup is incredible. The experience was incredible, and Celsius made it happen.
They made our dreams come true.
was
We
fucking
said when we saw the schedule, we said there's a quarterfinal game in Los Angeles. Our dream is to go as a team, and Celsius made that dream come true.
I mean, you guys got to go to a game without me, and I am the biggest soccer fan of the group. So that Celsius being able to level the playing field a little bit for me was really special.
They saved you from World Cup humiliation,
Correct.
basically. And then you were saved by Celsius, and so was I, and we got it.
It was unbelievable. All right, let's wrap this episode up with a nice Beer League hotline. Grant, are you ready to read that?
Dude, I'm actually so excited after watching Sean and Evan and everybody, all of the wonderful people that have produced this podcast read these. I was pretty fired up to like have an opportunity to read this.
Here we go.
All right. Beer League hotline. The showers at our rink are communal instead of individual stalls. Just shower heads on the wall around the room, pretty close together. We had an altercation after our last game. A naked Altercation, mind you.
Fair.
Where one dude started peeing while showering. The guy next to him freaked, saying he got hit by some splatter. The pee guy said it was nowhere near him. The golden shower guy said pee guy shouldn't be peeing in the shower anyway. Pee guy said he pees every time he showers. Golden shower guy said he can pee on his shower at home, but he can't pee in the communal shower. Pee guy said everybody does it, and so on. Who's in the wrong?
This is a classic dilemma.
This is a classic dilemma, Dan.
This is a classic dilemma.
This actually, I'm excited to hear what you say because I might get myself in some trouble here.
Yeah. First of all, good clarification about the communal shower rather than stall shower, and I will also say that is how it is meant to be. Stall showers are ass.
I agree completely.
Communal shower is the way the world should work. We should all be standing in the same shower, horns out, enjoying each other's company, making jokes.
Like the Romans.
Like the Romans did.
Yes.
I pee in the shower at home sometimes.
I pee in most showers.
And I will say it's almost Pavlovian. Like when I get into a shower and the water hits me, I'm like, pee.
It just comes right out.
Pee.
Boom.
I am also a neat freak and a bit of a psycho, as we know. So when I pee in my own shower, I aim. I do not just pee. I like pee at the drain.
I pee everywhere.
I'm sure you do.
I try to coat that shower.
I'm sure
the
you
whole
do.
thing. Yeah.
Because I do think that I'm trying to be considerate of my partner, and I'm like, I don't need you walking around in my pee.
Yep.
And I also would not pee in the shower while said partner is in the shower with me.
Well, I hope you're doing other things.
I like to picture this
hope
partner as Locks instead of...
It's Gavin. It's not Alice, it's Gavin.
Yeah.
I am passionately anti-peeing at hockey. I think it is that, and frankly, Chris, just seeing the look on your stupid face, even considering being on the opposite side of this, is terrifying to me. Because here's the thing, pal. You don't even wear shower sandals in hockey, which is nuts.
Don't need them.
Man, there's just a lot of people in that shower, and you wouldn't want to be standing around in another person's pee.
It's sterile.
I'm just saying, you would not want to be standing around in another person's pee. And for you to do that to someone else, I think is disgusting.
I think it
is abhorrent.
Even in the single stall.
Even worse, because there's only so many places you can go.
Yeah. What if you're aiming? You aim right down the drain.
It's still, there's gonna be splatter. Like it's just.
I'll tell you what.
You can't pee in the hockey shower.
At our prep school rink, the communal showers, Grant, were like this.
Okay.
There was a pole, and there were like 5 shower heads off the pole, and then there was another pole and another pole. So it was like 5 guys were showering all around one pole together. So it wasn't like down the wall. You were just like, we were in a circle showering.
Yep.
And we would all pee then. Like we were all peeing at each other. You're standing on the pole and pee's just flying, hitting the pole, spraying every way. Yeah, while you're staring at the other guy, looking him right in the eye.
Yeah.
Ripping piss.
Dan, do you remember this?
We went different prep schools.
Oh, for different prep schools.
I don't know what your shower was like.
I'm just listening to this story.
We would stare right at each other, pee going all over the place, landing, hitting everyone on the foot. No one cared at all. So now you're telling me this guy was peeing against the wall. I guess I kind of care which way he was facing. That would be the only follow-up I would like from this person. If he was peeing straight against the wall in front of him and it was just running down the wall, I stand by my position here. You're fine. But if he was flipped out and was just kind of like letting it fly as guys were coming in and out, I'm kind of like, okay. But I'm with you, or I'm not with you. I think it's the Pavlovian nature of it. If this guy pees in the shower, the water hits him, he pees.
Dude.
And he's probably peed after every game. And this is the first time this guy got mad.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're murdering people and no one knows. You are still a murderer. You can't be peeing in the community shower. It's fucking crazy. And dude, it's also that thing. It's like we talk about all the time. If you're sitting in a pool with your pals and you're just having a conversation and your buddy looks at you and goes, "I pissed like 30 minutes ago, by the way." You probably will be like, whatever. But if he got up out of the pool and pulled his pants down and pissed into the pool, you would be like, are you insane? So it's also the fact of like, you don't want to see your buddy pissing at like where you're standing.
So you can do it in the community shower, just do it discreetly.
No,
you're okay with the pool. You're sitting in the pool.
First of all, I said you. If you and I were standing in a pool and you looked me in the eyes and went like this, I'm peeing. I'd be pretty pissed. I'd be like, I don't need to know that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? But at least we're in like open water, and there's dude. This is crazy that you're on the other side of this. The answer is
pee.
The guy who was upset is correct. You cannot pee in the shower. You can't.
Peeing in the shower is better than peeing in the pool.
I'm sympathetic to the feeling of being like, I'm in a shower, I'm gonna pee, but you can't do it in the hockey shower. You can't.
I think you can, and stop peeing in pools. I don't like it because then I'm just sitting in it, dude.
Crazy. Crazy.
I'm actually really excited to see the comments on that one.
All right, that's it. Chris is disgusting. Grant, it's great to have you. We'd like to have you more often. Folks, rocking some of the new merch. Check it out, emptynetters.shop. Amazing new hoodies available. They're fantastic. We got a little Zamboni driver right there on the sleeve. Make sure to subscribe everywhere. Please, please, please follow us on all the socials. Let's keep spreading around the fun and the good vibes. It's a great time. You're all the best. Can't wait to see you next episode.
Skate hard.